Knock, knock. Who's there? Welcome to Spoiler Freaking City, y'all. And we have a lot to talk about. The literal YouTube multiverse has been opened, as you can see on this thumbnail. I cannot wait to bring all of my guests in to talk some amazing Marvel projects over these last couple of months. So we've got Moon Knight, we've got Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness on the docket to talk about with all of you. I see you in the chat. Chop, chop, knock, knock. We've been having some technical issues. I appreciate your patience, but here we are at long last. If y'all are new to the channel, what the heck are you waiting for? Go ahead and join the party. Smash that subscribe button. I have left all of my guests' channels in the lovely description box as well, so go ahead and give them some love. But my friends, I am so happy to introduce my panel today. This is such a it's flooring, honestly, how many people we have here. This is probably easily the biggest panel I've ever had over here. One by one, we're going to go ahead and bring them in. First of all, this is a brand new guest over here on the channel. He's been a friend of mine for so long. And this guy finally got a YouTube channel of his own. He is channeling his inner geek. And he has some great rankings and some great reactions of his own. Here he is, Ben James. First time ever here on the channel. How you doing?
Dude, I'm doing great, man. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Having me.
Dude, yeah, bro. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good, dude.
I like the red Doctor Strange and blue LEDs
Thank
there
you.
for both projects there.
It's themed. It was themed. It was planned. I totally don't have these defaulted to red and blue. It was themed.
Not defaulted at all. Not defaulted at all. Not like mine is.
all.
You know, I just keep it on blue like I'm lazy there. So
It's good, dude. It's good.
it's good to have Ben here. Go ahead and
Thank you.
subscribe to his channel. He's got great
Thank you,
reactions
guys.
and he is a huge Marvel geek. So I'm happy to bring him on for sure.
Thanks, Zach. Thank you for having me on, buddy.
Totally, man. So up next, the newest member of the 1,000 subscriber club and my fellow namesake, the one and only Zack Milne. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you for having me on the channel again. It's exciting to be on the Zack Goller channel. I love it.
I love it too, man. He's one of the most down-to-earth people I've met too. So he's got the brand new shirt also, I see there.
Yeah. My wife will not be happy if I don't show this off. She got me this to celebrate.
You got a full screen this.
There it is. I don't know if you can see it. The light's all bright. But yeah, I was very, very surprised and thankful for this gift. So if you're watching, honey, thank you so much. I love it. And I'm sporting it today on the Zack Goller channel.
Shout out to Cassidy, indeed, for sure. That is an excellent shirt. We all need one of those, my friend. So, all right, here we go. Up next, who do we want to go with next? Yeah. This dude, he's one of my best friends that I've made through this medium easily. I mean, he's awesome. Jacob Hubbard, he's been on so many streams with me. We have the exact same background.
I love it. Oh, yeah, we have the same background. We are in the same room. Zach's right there. Hi, Zach.
We're just in opposite corners of the room. He's literally right over there.
Hey, Zach.
Yep. That's what it is. That's the running
Thanks for
joke.
inviting me, man. This is awesome. We are literally having our multiverses of other people come in to the Multiverse Talk Zone.
Yep. This is it. This is what it's all about, my friend.
Heck yeah.
Again, like I said, the biggest panel that I've ever had on this channel easily, and it's literally feeling like the multiverse has been opened for sure. So all right, well, up next we have had this guy on the channel a couple of times. You may remember him from the Oscars reaction stream that I had, which was extremely successful. He invited me to be on his 90s greatest movie of the 90s tournament, which was humongous for me. And I am still so eternally grateful to him for that invite. And I'm so happy to have him back. The one and only Ryan O'Toole.
What universe is this?
What variant are you?
Variant Ryan O'Toole from the year 2027. What up,
Ryan? Are you Ryan Classic O'Toole? Played by Stephen A. Grant?
Yes, I'm here to defend the multiverse, indeed.
There you go. There you
What
go.
up,
I'm sure
Zach?
we'll have.
Thanks for having me on, man. I'm excited to be here, talk Multiverse of Madness, Moon Knight, all things MCU, man. Happy to be back on the channel. Thanks for having me back, Zach.
I'm happy to have you back, my friend. I am just, what an entrance. What an entrance indeed. My word, I'm devastated. So, my friends, up next, this last but certainly not least, this guy, I mean, he needs no introduction at this point. It's the one and only Leo Rydel from Geekly Goods.
Hey, thanks for having me on, bro. I was like, dang, Ryan had a hell of an intro. I don't know how to follow bro. Thanks for having me on the channel again. It's great to collab with you again, Zach. Thanks for the invite. Can't wait to talk some Multiverse of Madness, baby. Let's do it.
Always, brother. Let's bring everybody back on. All the boys are in town. Where is Jacob Hubbard? There he is. Awesome.
Hello.
No, he's right across the room from me. I should have.
Yeah,
known.
right here. Hey, buddy.
I should have.
I mean, you could convincingly say these things because y'all two got such similar backgrounds.
It's
Well,
so
that's been the
trippy.
joke. Every time he comes on, like they're like, "How come you guys have the exact same background? Like we literally have the same shelf from Amazon." I can go ahead and leave a link to that shelf.
Dude,
if
yeah,
anybody's
Amazon. We
collecting
literally do.
If anybody collects
Oh.
movies out there and wants to know where we get our movie shelf, I'll go ahead and leave a link to that in the description.
It's
Links to the
IKEA.
I mean,
It's
let's be real,
IKEA.
y'all. I'll take it. So if
It's-
y'all want to send me that link, I'll take that.
Yeah.
link.
I will send Leo that link. It is not IKEA like Ben was.
I
claiming
actually
it to be.
have that shelf, but it's in my filming studio.
I
Hell
promise
yeah.
you. I promise you, it's not IKEA.
I have the shelf. It's in the door behind me. There's a lot of things behind that door. It's actually where I entered from. Yeah.
Oh my word. Oh my word. Let me throw up the ticker. Let me just shout out everybody that's in the chat already showing their love here. My word, knock knock. It's Adrian Diaz. I see Christian in the chat right here. I'm seeing Luke Ponto in the chat as well. That's awesome. What's up, Jacoby? Again,
Jacoby.
I cannot
Jacoby.
appreciate your guys' support nearly enough. Ryan O'Toole in the chat, of course. Tomas, welcome to Cooking with Wanda. Today we're going to be making blue spaghetti. Relax.
Interesting.
Relax. Too
Relax.
soon. Too soon, Tomas. Easy. Easy peasy. Excited to talk about some Oscar Isaac and Benny Cumberbatchness. Benny. Is he Benny the Jet Rodriguez?
Benny.
Cumberbatch? Benny the Jet Rodriguez.
Oh my gosh.
Tomasa Radio with a pinch of Jim from Office. Oh man, everybody's already talking about that big spoiler. Everybody's talking about that big spoiler already. Yeah, Christian, thank you. Leave that link. I sure will. Got to say what's up to Jovan as well in the chat. That is awesome.
R.I.P. to Luke for seeing a fire starter. We feel bad for you, my friend.
Oh man, that movie.
Oh, fire
Ooh,
starter.
that's-
Oh, man.
Okay,
Might
I
wanna
know I
set a
don't want to
fire
go on a
there.
big tangent already, but like any one of us see Firestarter?
No.
Show
That
of hands.
Put that fire
that-
out as
that-
quick as possible.
That movie made me want to start a fire.
I mean, for real, because it was.
That
God. Worst horror
And it's-
movie I've seen.
That should be on the Blu-ray. This movie made me want to start a fire.
Ryan O'Toole,
Start a
2022.
It's just tragic because Zac Efron actually has like some good range, man, and I feel like his guidance has just been horrible
Get him
recently.
He
new
needs a new
agent.
agent.
Yeah, man,
Get him out of
seriously.
these crap
Agents.
movies.
Yup.
What was that Bundy one? He was horrible.
Oh,
Oh,
Dude,
extremely
yes.
wicked,
Netflix
shockingly
went
evil,
evil
and
yeah,
violent.
that was
Yeah, the long
Disappointing.
name, the
That
freaking
really
paragraph
long
long
title.
name of that movie.
It's
Jeez.
weird.
The paragraph title. I actually liked that movie on Netflix that he was in. I thought he was good, but at the same time, it's
Yeah.
like, my word, yeah. The Fire
Charlie
Starter-
St. Cloud, dude, one of my favorite one of his movies, bro. That movie just hits deep,
I remember
man.
that movie. That was
Yup.
Really?
Yup. Good one, dude.
Dude, like Zac Efron, I mean, you just can't see past the fact that he's Troy Bolton. You know,
That
even
too.
if Kevin Feige
Yeah.
does
Yo, yeah, but what role would he play in the MCU? think?
I wanted him to be Adam Warlock.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
Okay, that'd be great, honestly.
Will Poulter was already given the role, so like
Yeah,
he
yeah,
can't
yeah.
really do anything.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited
I
for
think you
Bolton.
just stick with the multiverse and make Troy Bolton.
Oh my
Oh, my
Troy
God.
Bolton
Bolton.
from
The Troy Bolton.
Earth
movie.
1520 or
17
something.
again.
well, I
He's
mean,
so
with
great.
Harry
He'd sing like to Kang. It'd be amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, that's how we defeat him.
Singing
Bro,
the
it's just like the Guardians, man. Instead of a dance off, it's a
Yes.
sing off.
Exactly.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
a sing off,
Yeah,
exactly.
the sing-off.
Sing
Oh
off, my word. Okay, not to get too off topic, of course, but we do have two big MCU projects to discuss. First of all, I mean, we're going to get the inferior project, in my opinion, out of the way first. Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange 2. I liked the movie. It was, I've seen the movie twice already. I do want to see it a third time, but it's not really up to snuff with, like, the top 10 MCU projects, in my opinion. Like, real quick, just around the room, throw your hands up. How many times have you guys seen this in theaters, real quick? I just want to get a gauge. Just once. Oh, Hubbard's seen it 3 times.
I'm sorry.
My word. You've seen it 3? Dude, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I know he's the big Sam Raimi fan on here, but...
oh, yes.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. But I don't know. I'm gonna start with I'll start with Ben on this one, I guess. I guess am I the only one that was happy that they kept their promise that this was gonna be a scary MCU film?
Yes, 100%. I think and I was a little nervous because the director shifted around a lot, and when they came down to, I had heard that it was going to lose some of its horror aspects, but no, it's apparent they kept it in. I do think sometimes the horror elements kind of get put to the front and center instead of like forwarding the plot, and which is fine, which I think, and again, I'm a big believer that MCU movies should be not superhero films, but like horror movies, spy thrillers, play off the genres and just have it be a film in the MCU, right? I don't like the, it's a superhero movie kind of shtick. I think at the end of the day, these are movies in these genres and they're just take place in the MCU. I think that's how it should go further on. And that's how the health of the MCU is going to stay like good, because just kind of saying, oh, it's a superhero movie doesn't do this universe justice. But yeah, I really enjoyed it again, and we'll kind of dip more into it. The script needs a little work, but like overall, I think Sam Raimi did a solid job, and his cinematography, a bunch of the shots I really enjoyed.
Oh, yeah. Me too, man. I know Hubbard is like the biggest Sam Raimi fan that I know, and I know that he was gushing about it. So I'll let you go ahead and take it away. What were your thoughts when it was revealed that Raimi was going to be directing it over Scott Derrickson?
So when the first Doctor Strange came out, Scott Derrickson, that was after Sinister. And if anyone's seen Sinister, he is truly a great horror director. So when he was going to do this movie and then he got removed, I was like, damn, like he's a good one. I'm excited for the Black Phone because of him, like literally. So he's building his name, but he's no Sam Raimi. When I heard Sam Raimi, I was like, oh my God, do y'all realize the last movie he did, I'm pretty sure was Oz the Great and Powerful.
It was.
I'm pretty sure. That was the last movie he done. And for him to finally come back to the superhero genre mixed with horror, I mean, that's a dream come true for me because you literally have Spider-Man trilogy, which he obviously did, and then you have Evil Dead. Mix them together, you get Multiverse of Madness. So when I heard Sam Raimi, I literally, like I said in the previous stream, Zack was like, what's your most anticipated Marvel movie? And I said Doctor Strange because Sam Raimi. And so I think he delivered. I think Sam Raimi delivered. I personally think he should have more hands in the script because obviously it shows.
Yep. And there's one topic about this script that I definitely want to get into for sure in a little bit on the stream. But one thing that I do want to talk about, Zack, is Benedict Cumberbatch's performance for sure. I think he's someone who I think people are going to overlook him just because of someone else that we're going to be talking about. But Zack, did you think that this performance like trumped, if you will, the first one? Or do you think it was on even playing field?
I think he had more to do in this one with some emotional moments. But I think that the first performance was probably like just the introduction to the character was a little bit better. I feel like in this movie, Doctor Strange kind of got sidelined in his own movie, and I've always liked Benedict Cumberbatch as the character. The character itself has never been like one of my favorites in the MCU. I just feel like they don't service him as well as they could. I feel like he's more used as plot devices and as a narrative tool. Like in Thor Ragnarok, he was just there to get Loki and Thor to Odin. In Infinity War, he had more to do, obviously, but most of the time Stone, he was there to give it away. And then I think in Endgame, all he did was hold back water that was coming onto the battlefield, and he just stood there and kept it from flooding the place. So I've wanted to see more from Doctor Strange as a character. And I feel like with this movie, they gave a little bit of that, but even in his own movie, I mean, you got to give it to Wanda. She kind of stole his thunder, in my opinion. But Benedict Cumberbatch has always been good, and I think he was good in this movie as well.
And that was, I think, I said this in my normal spoiler-free review for this. If you haven't seen that, you can check it out to all the viewers out there. But one thing that I really wanted to talk about is Wanda Maximoff and her role in this. And I know Leo was stoked, as he is the biggest WandaVision fan out there, for sure. I mean, Mephisto didn't appear this time. I mean, you know.
Wait. Look in the background, man. Look at that little blade of grass you saw. No.
I knew that was going to happen.
Blu-rays is Mephisto.
I mean, look, man, that fly on the cement in WandaVision, that was Mephisto. I'm telling you guys. Wow. But no, I mean,
my dog copy is Mephisto.
There you go.
This point, yeah. I mean, Channing Tatum's pet right here. That's Mephisto, right?
I still ain't seen that movie.
Oh
that's
my gosh, yeah,
10.
but
that's in my top 10.
Oh, dog is? No
yes,
way.
Dog is, yeah.
The dog is good.
Dog.
It's a good dog. Don't mind me.
Mephisto just went across my screen. Oh my god, there he is.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, Mephisto just went across the screen right there. But Leo, were you at all surprised that Wanda was kind of the villain of this film?
Nope, I wasn't surprised at all. So the prediction I had, which you could say give or take was like sort of true. The prediction I had was that there was like a good Wanda and a bad Wanda involved in the movie. And I guess you could say that the Wanda toward the end is like the good Wanda. So sure. Yeah. But I definitely went in thinking she was going to be the big bad, if not the big bad, one of the big bads. I mean, one could even say it was the book, not her. So whatever you prefer, you can say it's the Darkhold grabbing her mind. But yeah, I expected it 100%. To be honest, I was like, are we going to get some No More Mutants? Like, what are we going to get this in this movie? Yeah. Because Wanda Maximoff is damn near unstoppable, and they did that. Yeah. Elizabeth Olsen, amazing acting chops. Like, oh my God, talk about embodying this like evil witch that just will go to any lengths to save her children, which we figure out that consequence in the end. But man, I thought this was a great ending arc for WandaVision. I know I'm kind of in the minority there, but I thought this was such a good button to the post-credit of WandaVision, because I know the ending feels a little definite, but once we get into that post-credit, we see her going through the Darkhold. Mm-hmm. That mind is starting to bend a little. Now it gives me some perspective on that screen, because it makes me feel like that screen, when she heard the kids, that's the Darkhold gripping onto her, changing her psyche, and now she transcends. We're in Multiverse of Madness. I heard a couple of comments that maybe it takes a little, like it's a little quick for her to become a villain. I didn't think it was too quick. I mean, between that post-credit and WandaVision and where we drop in and Doctor Strange, it made a lot of sense for me. Any involvement with Wanda, though, the jump scares, just the absolute terror that emitted from the screen when she was on it. Guys, she was absolutely fantastic. I don't think Wanda's dead. I think that we will see her come back again, either in a multiverse variant, or she's not actually dead under that rubble. So yeah, I loved what they did with Wanda Maximoff, making her essentially like a horror figure in a horror movie. Fantastically done. I have nothing bad to say about Wanda. My negatives lie on other things, but man, Wanda Maximoff as a villain, fantastic.
To me, that is like, after rewatching it, Leo, and you bring up so many amazing points, but all that encapsulates just why I think this is a top 5 MCU performance for me. Like, with Elizabeth Olsen has come such a long way. And I said this initially, Ben, you might remember from Age of Ultron and going into the other Avengers films, but anytime it cut to her in Vision, like even in Civil War, I was like, oh God, we have to go back to this part. You know, like that was easily the least interesting part of the Infinity Saga crossover films to me.
Yeah.
So the fact that she becomes like the strongest part of Phase 4 up to this point.
Well, honestly, one of my favorite like pre-WandaVision moments was the part in WandaVision where they flash back to Infinity War, where Vision says, "What is what's the line? What is grief if not the oh my gosh, I forget the
persevering."
Yeah, without persevering. Oh my God. And that's like, and I wish we saw a little bit more of that in the early on movies. I do think she does what she needs to in the earlier films, but to see her evolution as a character is amazing. You know, and that's what's great about this continued universe, is you get to see characters grow, you know? I will never know what happens to Henry Cavill's Superman, and I forever am sad. because of that.
Never. They're gonna have
dead,
stand-ins. They're gonna have shadows forever,
Bruh.
man.
I'm sad.
And then he has CGI mustaches thrown into the picture and all that.
I know.
And
Ryan
baby
is-
mouse.
But honestly,
Yeah.
Mission Impossible was a better movie, so I'm okay with it.
Fallout. I can't wait for Mission Impossible 7.
It's
Like,
Part one of Reckoning. Part one Reckoning.
Yeah,
Is that what it's
like-
called? Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I know there's going to be a freaking cliffhanger now in Mission Impossible 7 just because of
Mm.
part
Dude.
1 in the title.
It's gonna be him falling off of something.
Shout out to the Harry Potter
That's
movies
it.
for starting that trend.
Gosh, that's my biggest
Ooh,
pet peeve.
you
Remember when it was going to be Infinity War Part 1 and 2?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
It essentially still is. They just changed the title.
Yeah.
Yeah, switch the title around, and all the better for it. But
Yeah.
yeah, Ryan, do you think this is a top 5 performance in the MCU for you, or do you? Think
I would say
there's-
so.
You
I
think
mean,
so?
definitely. I think Elizabeth Olsen, like you guys were mentioning, she was the best part of this movie for me. I think she was incredible in Wanda Vision, but I think her performance overtakes this in here in Multiverse of Madness. Just like you
Yeah.
guys were mentioning, she's definitely the villain of this movie. And just to see Wanda ever since Wanda Vision, she was dealing with the deaths of Vision and, of course, her children, her death of her brother Quicksilver. But this time around, I like that she's kind of moved on from Vision's death, but this time we're seeing the Darkhold really take a hold of Wanda. She's doing all these villainous acts, and she's challenging, Doctor Strange in the multiverse, and the thing with America Chavez, which all my issues lie with the America Chavez stuff. But everything with Elizabeth Olsen was fantastic. I loved her performance in here as Wanda. Loved that she was a full-out villain, and Sam Raimi's direction. Just Sam Raimi's direction in here, one of the best directed MCU films. Like, we're talking direction
For
alone.
sure.
Raimi quite. And as far as this and the first Doctor Strange, I put this neck and neck. I'm not a big fan of the first Doctor Strange, but this one, I think the first one is slightly better. But I
Okay.
have some issues with this film, like you guys said.
Yeah, I would say because of my issues, it is very middle of the road for me. But man, yeah, Wanda really just skyrocketed this to the next level for me. And the fact that she was a justified villain as well, and Zack can probably attest to this too, but the thing that I love about villains, like the really good ones, like a Darth Vader or even a Kylo Ren in Star Wars, they're justified. You understand why they're doing what they're doing. And Wanda has that line when she first meets up with Doctor Strange in the film where she's like, you do something wrong and you become the hero. I do it and I'm the bad guy. That doesn't seem fair. You know, it's shivers up and down my spine. I don't know about you. You fellas, but
Well, could you actually? Okay, so I guess this is a question for the room. Could you call Wanda the villain, or is it the Darkhold's hold on her that made her the villain? What? Is Wanda a villain? I feel like Scarlet Witch, yes. Wanda, no.
right. Yeah, no, I see what you're saying.
Well, it's kind of like, you can speak on just the poison of the mind, right? We all have wants and needs, right? It's what are we willing to go through to get those wants and those needs. And, again, I think would she have gone? But if you look at Westview, I mean, listen, like
She did some messed up stuff.
she
in
did some
Westview.
messed
Westview
up
was
stuff
screwed
in
up.
Westview, and the thing I like about this is Westview was forgivable, right? And it's kind of, hey, at the end she's the hero and we forgive her. This movie does not end with her being a redeemable character in my eyes, and I love that. And honestly, I feel like a better thing to have at the end of the credits was not, hey, Doctor Strange will return, the Scarlet Witch or Wanda will return. I think that would have been a little bit better, but I think again, I would say Wanda as a person has been through, because if you think about it, it's like Thor, right? She's been through so much trauma in such a short amount of time. Yes, for us, time has passed, but for her, it's like, the blip happened. She just lost Vision, then goes through that again. She loses Vision again. White Vision's just chilling somewhere. But it's just so much has happened, and that would mess up anybody. It's the trauma. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely justified, for sure. And Leo, you bring up a great point in Wanda not being the villain, but the Scarlet Witch absolutely is. And I really appreciated that the script was smart enough to not forgive her for all of her sins, basically. And basically it holds her accountable for everything she had done, not just in the film, but through WandaVision as well. Because again, even though it was Agatha all along, Westview is a messed up place, But Jacob, truth be told, Yeah, it's good that Wanda's in the place she is because Jacoby said she's no longer just Mary Kate and Ashley's little sister.
Oh, no kidding. I relate Wanda.
She's overcome them. Love that comment, Jacoby. That's great. What were you going to say, Zach?
I relate Wanda a lot to actually Darth Vader and Anakin in the same way as it's like, is Anakin the evil one or is Darth Vader? Are they different people? I wish it was executed better in the prequels like we all do, but in the same way that Anakin's manipulated by the dark side, becomes Darth Vader, and then kind of breaks free of that to save his son and get rid of the Emperor. In the same way, Wanda kind of has that similarity where she chose to get a hold of the Darkhold. She got manipulated by it. It turned her evil, and then by the end, after seeing, again, a family connection, seeing what her kids see in her, is when she decides to turn. And I really connected that in my brain anyways. That connected for me of how Anakin and Darth Vader are very similar or Wanda is very similar to that kind of storyline that George Lucas was trying to tell in Star Wars.
Yeah. Oh, and I can concur with that for sure. Ben, this is a comment that's really interesting to me because you're the Captain America fan. I feel like you're the big Captain America geek out of all of us here.
Chris Evans,
I just equate Scarlet Witch being a villain to Bucky being one of the villains in Captain America: The Winter Soldier. It's almost like a tragic hero coming to form.
But the only difference there would be the choice. Right?
Exactly.
Bucky didn't choose to become the Winter Soldier. Scarlet Witch chose, Wanda chose to have but then you could be like, oh, well, she had to take it because Agatha. So, you could make an argument against it, but, that's my biggest difference there is Bucky didn't choose that,
Bucky was fully brainwashed in Winter Soldier for sure. Yeah, but that's a really good point, Tyler. I appreciate you bringing that to the forefront. Yeah. But, fellas, we were mentioning already our biggest problem with this film is right here. Read it and weep. America Chavez. Zach, you made a great point about Doctor Strange being sort of a bridge character in Ragnarok and Infinity War and Endgame. It's really ironic you say that because that's exactly what America Chavez was to me.
Yep.
Just a MacGuffin. Just a bridge.
Yeah.
Just a MacGuffin.
Plot device.
Yeah, just a plot device to bring people in between universes. They try to give her a tragic backstory, but it's okay. Is that the
it was so weirdly told.
Yeah.
Memory Lane was told. I hated that. That was my least favorite scene in that movie because Doctor Strange stepped
Mine
on
was
it.
The singing.
He watches
Sorry.
his memory. And then he stepped off and she just steps right on it. It was
them kids had no business singing, did they? I was like,
that was a terrible
Can we cut away from this shit? But yeah, that's very well said, Zach, in that it just I feel like that took away from some organic moments that we could have had in the movie where maybe it's either just told through a story, maybe she opens a portal and it's the memory. I kind of feel like them just kind of stepping on a device. Also, that's another thing. We don't get enough of Strange and Christine during his arc at all. I was like, I can't. That's the one positive moment besides What If, putting What If away. That's the one positive moment in Doctor Strange at all we saw between him and Christine. And I'm like, okay, to make it that it's him stepping on a platform to activate it just felt so inorganic to me. And I think that's one problem with this movie when it comes to sidelining Strange. We just don't really get enough of him and Christine. We get the I love yous, we get the love aspect and the time, but it's explained instead of shown.
Yeah.
Could have been shown.
And going back to your point real quick, you have Wanda in this movie. We've seen Wanda manipulate minds to show you your worst fear, your worst memory. Why wasn't that used to tell America Chavez's haunting story? I just didn't get it. I thought it was horribly written.
So much better.
Yeah, for real. That would have been awesome. If she just tapped her mind and we saw a full memory.
And my biggest thing was I don't, and it's been done a lot. I don't know how to use my powers. Just believe in yourself. Oh, fuck, you're right, dude. I just had to believe. Eternals just did it, right? We saw that happen. And
God.
My biggest thing is and we could build off what you said, is have America be confident in her powers. I have this whole thing where I think a better one would have been she's working for the Illuminati and she's coming to get Strange for what he did in No Way Home. And then it incurs with Wanda. Wanda does that, and then what if she goes in America's mind, and because she brings up that trauma, she doesn't have full control of her powers, and then we get thrown into the movie, right?
I'm way better with that.
Yeah, I think it would have been more organic. The progression and the relationship they build would have been more organic, and then you find out about her past relationships with Stranges, so that's why she doesn't trust him. I just think it would have been better overall, but it's hard because Strange. I think this movie was supposed to come out before No Way Home originally.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that messed
It
up.
was. Yep.
And she was supposed to be the one to cast the spell in No Way Home and bring the other Peters through, not Ned and not Doctor Strange. So that honestly improves No Way Home in my eyes, because I had that same problem with No Way Home. Like, why is Doctor Strange doing this? As I did with Nick Fury in Far From Home, when I was like, Nick Fury's not this dumb. Why is he getting tricked? But then they fixed that with the after credit scene. So finding that out, I'm like, oh my gosh, No Way Home is way more enjoyable now because of the original script. Yeah, sorry to get off a low topic.
No Way Home has zero issues for me.
No Way Home is just a better movie.
Yeah, No Way Home is just number 2 on the Marvel list for me now, as Zack already knows. So, yeah, it's such a good film for sure. Yeah. But yeah, so Jovan made an interesting comment about America Chavez being,
and he has an American flag.
Yeah, she has the American flag on her back. That's literally why she's named like she is.
His profile puts the American flag.
I know Jacob hates exposition probably about as much as I do, but I mean, America Chavez was just an exposition machine, buddy.
Yeah.
That's all she was.
Let me just show up, describe everything, and then dip to a new universe. Which America Chavez as a comic book character is not like that. America Chavez shows up and kicks ass, and I'm like, all right, we've got this. America Chavez.
I thought
you need to tell me the tragedy happened, and she didn't master her powers through what looked to be maybe about at least 6 or 7 years since that happened. So it's we still don't have control of our powers after that. I mean, I just thought that was stretching it.
She didn't believe in herself.
Yeah. I think the actress
she didn't believe in herself.
And she just needs Strange to come right along and tell her, just believe. Another white guy telling you to just believe, and it'll activate your powers.
Where was
what is going on?
Not to bring crappy movies into the mix, but where was Rob Schneider to tell her, you can do it?
You can do it.
Gosh, dude.
Hey,
The Longest Yard is great.
In a cameo. Rob Schneider for Howard of the Duck.
Use the Force.
The real Multiverse of Madness.
Yard, so I ain't gonna be.
I love that movie. Yeah. I ate popcorn.
The Longest Yard's hilarious. I don't care. The remake is too funny, but Jacoby says Xochitl Gomez was good, but the character was just there.
Xochitl Gomez.
Xochitl? Yeah.
Xochitl Gomez.
That's Xochitl. I'm trying.
Gomez.
Yeah. If I mispronounce the name,
somebody
I apologize,
clip that.
I'm right there with you, Zach. I had no idea how to say it.
Xochitl Gomez.
Xochitl.
She's awesome. I love her. She's great.
Yeah.
I think she's great. Yeah.
And it looked like she was living out her dream being in this movie. She looked so excited to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And
I thought she was good.
Just like Ms. Marvel looks too. Which
I like her chemistry with Benedict, but just the character altogether was my biggest
the writing.
problem.
It's not
the
her.
writing.
He's not the problem. It's
the writing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, how long do you guys know? Because I mean, because I saw an interview with Sam Raimi where he was like, yeah, like every time the film got pushed back, we were like, hey, we were adding something. We need to work on something. So I just, I feel like maybe because he was given a lot of like, tools to use, but maybe it was just the time that he had just wasn't enough, because this film had already been pushed back. Like we had got Doctor Strange in 2016 and we got 3 Spider-Man movies before we're getting a second one, So I feel like it was a little bit rushed,
Well, and also keeping in mind, Sam Raimi, Jacob, was not the original director. Scott Derrickson had all of these ideas, and then he had to step away from the project after the Hall H announcement due to what was described as creative differences, which is, that's as deep as they went. But
I have nothing to back this up on. My speculation, though, that the creative differences was the inclusion of Wanda. Because Mordo, I swear, was supposed to be the villain of this film. Especially when we left off with the first Doctor Strange. Like, the fact that he didn't come in at all besides in the multiverse, and they just had like this guy tried to kill me line. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
when?
they just had the good Mordo in there. They
Which,
just had
by the way,
Chiwetel Ejiofor, my brother.
Honestly, yeah, I want to comment on
brother.
that. I kind of thought that was like a very cheap inclusion of Mordo because I'm like, okay, if you wanted to bring Mordo in, first of all, we recycle him and make him exactly the same character. Okay, this is a multiverse counterpart, and he's not helping Strange, at least this time. Felt a little cheap to me. But then on the other hand, we establish him as this villain. We can't even have him like chasing them through the multiverse or something. I mean, some kind of cat and mouse just to involve that character because, okay, we established him at the end of Doctor Strange 1. And now at the end here, we're bringing in Clea, and it seems like we're going back to Dormammu. Yep. I'm like, what? So what's
he
going
should have
on
been the
here?
one influencing America and working with the Illuminati, and it's the and you find out and you think it's a multiverse version of Mordo, but it's actually the original.
Oh, that'd be dope.
Oh
Yeah,
man, if he was if he was like
that would have been a cool reveal.
mind fucking with Doctor Strange that way, like, you know, that would have been so cool.
Yes,
but,
that would have been great.
Oh, like he's a master manipulator. He's the puppet master. So, but
and that actor's amazing. I love him.
Oh, he's such a good actor. You know, he's such a good actor. I mean, he wasn't allowed to sing in the Lion King remake, which is a sin. But
oh my god, don't even
that movie's
if it's anything like the ice cream song.
That
movie's a sin.
Horrible. Like the fact that they did that made me.
I didn't even see it, honestly. That was the one where
don't waste your time.
I know.
Oh my god, what they did to be prepared, bro.
It was just a
weirdly though, Aladdin fire remake. I really
it wasn't.
Thank you.
There's no way.
The Aladdin remake's actually
Prince
good.
Ali, dude,
I mess with that Beauty and the Beast one.
Oh,
my
dude.
goodness.
Evermore, bro. Fire.
Thank you.
Will
Thank
Smith
you.
smacked
Luke
that
Evans
role.
as Gaston.
Yes,
Love
Luke
that.
Evans as Gaston. That was perfect casting. I was like,
I heard it, Jacob. I heard
Thank you.
Goodness gracious.
Wait, what, Jacob?
I said Will Smith smacked that role.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He slapped.
Yeah, he slapped.
Yep. Absolutely.
That song slapped.
I mean, I personally didn't like the Aladdin remake, but anyway, we were talking about the Illuminati briefly. This is the big one right here that's going to be filled with spoilers. So if you have not seen Doctor Strange 2, this is a good time to pause the video and then go and watch it and then catch up later. But this is, oh my gosh, this was the thing that had my heart pounding the most out of any other scene in the theater because I was like, the Illuminati. Then Christine brings up that she's a member of the Baxter Foundation, the Christine variant. I heard the name Baxter and I was like, they're freaking doing it, aren't they? And they did. But before we get to that, all these cameos that were freaking spoiled in the trailer. I mean, I can't stand that. Like, they just blew most of their load. You get Captain Carter in there. I mean, we already knew that evil Doctor Strange was going to be in there. Benedict Cumberbatch, playing that role once again.
Things are gonna get messy.
They just shouldn't even reveal Professor X. I mean, let's be 100. Professor X shouldn't have been revealed.
I feel like they were trying to grab on that. Yeah, they were trying to grab on the X-Men people.
Tell him the truth.
Yeah.
Kevin Feige agrees with all of you, though.
Yeah,
like that was certainly
Kevin
not
Feige,
his
man.
plan at all.
Yeah.
No,
that felt like a very Sony thing to do because Sony does that all the time.
Just like including Spider-Man on the mural in the
Uncharted, dog.
Like, never happened.
Green Goblin, Doc Ock.
No.
Imagine if we saw No Way Home and we saw Doc Ock and Green Goblin. I would have flipped my shit.
Well, that trailer I don't have as much of a problem with because at least
you need to get some people in.
That scene, you got it done within the first half hour.
Yeah.
And then everything else was just a big, gigantic surprise. You didn't know Electro was going to be in the movie. You didn't know that you were going to see the Lizard. You didn't know that Thomas Hayden Church was going to be coming out of retirement.
I mean, the two other Spider-Man, we technically never got a hard confirm. So,
dude, that was till like the end. Really, a lot of people were 50-50 on that. Yeah.
My buddy had to calm me down in the theater when Andrew Garfield came through the portal, but
anyway, I couldn't contain myself.
So the Illuminati in this universe that Doctor Strange finds himself in with America Chavez consists of, I guess you can count Christine Palmer, even though she's running the numbers. Mordo is kind of like your foreman of the Illuminati, Chiwetel Ejiofor. You also have Anson Mounts, the Black Bolt from the Inhumans, which was interesting. He had a different costume.
Thank goodness, because that Inhuman show was Horrible.
It's hidden on Disney Plus.
I had to look up who that was.
You have to go. You have to really try to find it.
You have to hit that search and just type in.
And Jacob is sitting there like, I'm not gonna try and find the Inhumans.
Like Foley too, and then it'll be like, all right, here it is.
I was like, I saw this with Alex Madden. I saw this with Alex Madden in an early screen. I'm like, who's that? Is that guy from that Inhumans show?
Yeah. I mean, literally in the Inhumans show, it's like he's taking a dump every time he opens his mouth. He just grunts and gets mad, and I'm like, this is not gonna work as the main guy. It's not gonna work. So.
And then Zach's like, what the heck am I missing here?
I stayed away from Inhumans. I saw the trailer for that, and I was like, eh. Yeah. Kevin Feige kind of disregards all the ABC shows anyways. I don't think this is important.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Nope. Yeah.
No. I don't think this is the last time we'll see Black Bolt in the MCU, but I mean, heck, what do I know? You also have Captain Marvel is in the Illuminati, who's played by Lashana Lynch instead.
So dope.
And
I was like, oh, I wanted Tom Cruise Iron Man. I'm like, I didn't want him. Like,
she could do that all day, bro. She's
right. I would have been cool with Tom Cruise Iron Man. I would have been cool with that, but like, I'm cool that we got her, and also I'm not disappointed that we didn't get Tom Cruise Iron Man. I know that was like heavy speculation going in, but it's like, whatever. Look, honestly, they could have dug up Robert Downey to come back if they really wanted to throw an Iron Man in there, and Tom Cruise didn't work. I know.
Yeah.
You know, I am Iron Man. It was a great come around moment for that character. Awesome coming from the beginning to the end. Yes, but if he just was like if the
or you bring back Obadiah.
You could do that, but if the statue of Strange was actually Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man, I'd be like, wow, fucking awesome. You don't even have to bring the character back, and that was like just who saved. Yeah, that's like who saved them again. That'd be tight.
Yeah. And then Doctor Strange is like, let's erect a statue of Tony Stark in front of the Sanctum. Because he was the one who took
Because I killed that guy. I told him it was the only way. I killed that dude. There we go. I want to be reminded of every day.
So I got
Apparently not. Apparently
that was interesting though. Like walking through that universe, and that version of Stephen Strange was the one who stopped Thanos. That was an interesting little turn of events. All after the Bruce Campbell cameo, which was I know Jacob loved the Bruce Campbell.
That was my favorite cameo.
I love
it. It was over. It's over.
No way.
Bruce
Campbell. My buddy. Here's the thing. Zach. My buddy Alex Madden and I, we were like, I wonder what Bruce Campbell's cameo is going to be. I said, what if he was his Spider-Man cameos, all three of them, like they all showed up? That would be hilarious.
No.
I would die if the ring announcer from Spider-Man 1 came into the picture.
What's your name?
That was my favorite scene as a kid.
Lamest name ever.
So,
the Illuminati should have been just all Bruce Campbell characters, like Ash from Evil Dead.
And then Ash comes in.
Just him as Professor X.
Where was
him as Captain Marvel?
He chainsaws Professor X. Groovy.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of, where was Bonesaw McGraw in the Illuminati?
Bonesaw.
Total Randy Savage ripoff. You know, he has the same shitty hair. You know, he has the same
Bonesaw
roided up.
Bonesaw.
He has the same Slim Jim sponsorship. But yes, Bruce Campbell was playing Pizza Papa, and America Chavez had stolen like pizza balls from him, which I want to be real.
They were free.
They were free.
They were free.
They're just free samples. But Pizza Papa was like, no. You got to pay for that. And Doctor Strange casts a spell on him, and then he starts fighting himself throughout the rest of the runtime, up until the amazing post-credit sequence where he stops and he's like, "It's over, it's over."
That gave me Captain America at the end of Spider-Man: Homecoming.
That was a troll one.
Oh, that was so perfect.
I gotta say though,
this one, expect disappointment.
I gotta say though, like I kind of wish the cameo was cut for me. Like, I know a lot of people of Evil Dead really liked it because it was kind of a callback to when he lost control of his arm. But like for me, I was like, this poor guy in this multiverse he's got a small business trying to support his family. Maybe he's got a kid, and this girl's just stealing from him, and he wants to get paid. And Doctor Strange just makes him pound himself in the face for 3 weeks.
Yeah, it was very out of character. I felt like,
man, you look like a jerk.
You're Evil Dead too. Speaking of spoilers, Tyler, I know Leo loved this comment. Ugly Sonic should have been everywhere for the Illuminati.
I'm honestly so hyped to watch the Chip and Dale movie, dude.
It was so good.
Like when I get off work tonight, I'm sending it, dog.
Chip and
It was incredible. It was incredible.
It was surprisingly good.
Yeah.
Well, speaking on the Illuminati, I want to say it is like it was my best scene of the movie when it dropped. Like as soon as we see Reed Richards. Oh my God, I didn't know Reed Richards was gonna be in it. I knew everybody else. I knew Black Bolt, even everybody.
The smartest man in the universe. Reed Richards.
The smartest man in the universe dropped down. I'm like, oh my God, I'm a huge Fantastic Four fan. Not the movies, comics.
I love the movies though. I like the movies.
Man, look, the first two, they're fun. I'll at least say
Jessica Alba, dog.
They're
the smartest man in the entire universe. Reed Richards.
I'll be Mr. Fantastic if you want me. But I love them comic book wise. I love their comic book characters. Marvel's first family. So I loved seeing Krasinski. Which, by the way, has been such speculation theory. He's been the guy, and the fact that they did it, awesome, cool execution. Not enough screen time for me to judge harshly, but I liked his Reed cameo. The suit wasn't great, but whatever.
No, well, I think it wasn't great on purpose. I think honestly, all of them were supposed to be joke characters that were just there for to get killed.
I mean, well, let me back up because when they pulled the rug from underneath us and they killed Professor X. A third time. We're seeing Patrick Stewart and Professor X die a third time on screen. I was like, dude, I just can't do it.
Well, how about when Professor...
Dude, it's like Uncle Ben all over again, bro.
All over again.
How about when Professor X rolls out and the original X-Men series started playing?
That was definitely the Professor X from the animated series universe.
With the yellow wheelchair. Patrick Stewart's Patrick Stewart's like mostly retired at this point, so this was a big deal to see him. And number one, I hated the fact that they spoiled his cameo in the Super Bowl spot just because I feel like that was going to be a humongous ovation in every theater when he popped up. But no, the biggest ovation when I saw it opening night was John Krasinski as Reed Richards, which right. The internet manifested this casting. And Ben, I'm actually going to respectfully disagree with you on this in the sense that this is going to be his only appearance as Reed Richards. I don't think this is it.
Well, it's hard because I don't think he was really playing Reed Richards. I think he honestly just kind of came on and was John Krasinski, who I love, but I don't think he offered anything to the role right now. And again, I think this was a test, and we're gonna see. You know, but I also I love him, and this is kind of it hurts, but I think he's too old for the role with the way they're going.
I think they're going to roll somebody a little younger. I think that was kind of here's your tease of Reed Richards, and your guys is John Krasinski. All right, yank him out.
What you got, Jacob?
They might want to go younger.
I texted Zack literally the day Doctor Strange came out, and I texted Zack saying, I feel like that was the last time we're going to see John Krasinski as him. I literally told Zack, I was like, I think that's it. I think.
I'm devastated. I'm devastated, honestly. But I mean, my thing is,
they should have had Miles Teller, so then he gets killed, and we're like, nice,
son of a bitch.
That's funny.
I liked Miles Teller. I just
Whiplash is one of my all-time favorite movies, but no shot.
I can't wait for Top Gun Maverick, yo.
Oh my God,
he's got abs.
You're gonna love it, bro.
Well, and I mean that's also part of why Tom Cruise not being an Iron Man variant at this stage is unrealistic because he was busy doing Maverick at this point, which Leo tells me is freaking brilliant. So
that's what I'm hearing, man.
If you like the first Top Gun, be prepared because this is better.
I hated the first Top Gun, so I'm excited to see.
I didn't like it that much.
I'm gonna be reviewing.
This blew it out the water, though.
I'm gonna be reviewing the first one tomorrow, so I'll rewatch it tomorrow.
His teeth are real crooked in that too, and it distracts me.
I'm planning to watch it. It's such a romance movie. I'm like, man, get back in the planes, guys.
It's good.
Come on, get with the bros.
Kenny Loggins, come on now.
Well, Danger Zone's amazing.
Danger Zone.
The music,
of course.
Yeah, the writer of the movie did say that they thought of doing the Tom Cruise Iron Man thing, but it was a scheduling thing with Tom that they couldn't get him.
Between Top Gun and MI, he's locked.
It's Joseph Kosinski. I think he's one of the more underrated directors working today. Only the Brave. Come on now.
Only the Brave is so good.
It's so good. Yeah.
I mean, but here's my thing with John Krasinski, though. If this is just food for thought, if this is his only appearance, then why is Benedict Cumberbatch playing all the variants of Doctor Strange? Why is Chiwetel Ejiofor playing all the variants of Mordo? Why don't they get different actors to do that?
I think it's
randomly Peter Parker, three different guys.
I know.
It doesn't make any sense.
I don't think it's a continuity thing. Like, yeah, they're not going to make it like, oh, it's the same looking person over and over again. I remember before Spider-Man No Way Home came out and people were theorizing, they're like, oh, well, maybe they just look different to each other, but then they're all really Tom Holland. I just think it's a thing where they're like, hey, this is happening. Hey, it's easier to have Benedict. And also, it will open his range and show his range more by having him play these different versions because he's a great actor, you know?
And you could also attune the Monica Rambeau being Captain Marvel to like, there's another variant. Like there are Captain Carter. Like there are other variants that don't look alike, but maybe there are variants that do. So,
yeah.
Well, I mean, we'll just have to wait and see because Wanda comes in and just demolishes all of them. And Tyler mentioned Reed Richards is turned into blue spaghetti, and I was like, that was it? That's all we get? You know, but like,
no, it's terrifying.
That was a way for us to
he looked like Play-Doh,
Wanda, I guess.
Yeah,
he turned him into Play-Doh. He turned him into J.K. Simmons in the new Chippendale movie. Just Play-Doh.
He walks out and literally gives away Black Bolt's thing. Oh, we got a guy over here who can talk. I'm like, come on, Reed, let's not.
The smartest man in the universe.
He was smartest man in the universe. But
with one word.
I will play devil's advocate against myself because there was somebody online had brought up this point. He being the smartest man in the universe is not the most villainous man in the universe. So it was kind of like a warning. It was kind of like, hey, we got this guy just in case. Probably didn't want to kill Wanda. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He didn't want to just show up. And,
also because she was dreamwalking. So he doesn't want to kill the version of Wanda that doesn't have control over her body.
So it's kind of like warning shot. Hey, we got Black Bolt. And she was like, psych, no, you don't. Man, when his head exploded.
That was,
God.
I was literally,
brutal.
It threw me off more than seeing John Krasinski. I was like, wait, what?
Right? This is a Marvel movie?
Oh my God.
Yeah. My goodness. Dude.
Literally, this is a funny story. So Thursday night showing, I'm there with a friend of mine, and there are literal children screaming bloody murder in the theater when certain things are going on. Like the jump scares are going on, and I'm hearing like, take me out. No, I don't want anymore. I'm like, this is a scary movie.
I love it.
Go back to the ice cream song. I like the ice cream song.
What's up, Jacob?
All I can say to that, like, I 100% agree with everything you just said about it being more scary. I just want to just address this little issue. This movie should not be rated R. I'm tired of everyone complaining, this should have been rated R. No. There have been worse I've seen worse in PG-13. Yeah. So all those like articles that came out saying, this should have been rated R. Fuck off.
There's blood. It should be rated R. Splatter. Like, there's no actual blood splatter.
Exactly.
You go back and watch. No
Wanda's
what did we gain?
Face was like black looking in the movie. In the trailer, it looked like blood.
He said, "Fuck."
Yeah, it was oil from the Ultron box.
Scary.
Well, it's like it's like, what do you gain from it being R? Like, what gets introduced more except just more horror elements that's going to hurt the box office and also just kind of be redundant, you know?
And that's the thing.
He said, fuck. Yeah. He said shit. It should be rated R.
Yeah, and it's just like, why not save that for Deadpool, for those one like Daredevil, like having it be a little bit more mature, like characters who act. Okay, that I agree with. Morbius, bro. Let's go, dude. R-rated Morbius movie.
You had to bring up Morbius.
I mean, not that would help because Morbius is still a piece of shit. But anyway, so
that Matt Smith
I had fun.
That dance he was just doing in the mirror, I just can't get it out of my head.
There it is.
It's all
Jared
hilarious.
Leto.
Freaking Jared Leto, man.
Don't even.
Do you guys want to talk about the CGI though, Zach? Do you have the CGI on the thing? How everyone's just dogging the CGI?
Oh my gosh!
Of this movie?
No, in Doctor Strange.
In Doctor Strange, dude. People have been picking apart the CGI. Yeah, on Twitter, dude. That's all I see, man. That's all I see. It's like I feel like ever since No Way Home, with like certain parts, people just like love talking about, oh, the CGI's dog crap, dude. It's horrible. I think it's really good. I can't pick apart any part.
It is.
Yeah.
Like all those creatures that they're fighting by the Book of Vishanti, like the mummified looking creature thing. That was so
that
odd.
Creature at the beginning, the eye comes out. I'm like,
that was
the
cool.
opening sequence was dope. I really liked it. It kind of throws you into it.
I
Right
really
away.
People understand when CGI animators take on a scale like this, all the money and product is going to more of the creature monsters. Background green screen is the last thing they do.
Environment,
environment.
So like the parts that looked bad, if you ask me, is when it's CGI human. When Doctor Strange and Chavez in the very beginning were jumping across the thing, you can look at that like that is a fake person. But everything around them, the monster, that looks good. So people don't realize when CGI is being made, they're making the main product first. Everything around them is second.
Yeah. And I feel like what we're going to see is a lot of people using that new tech, the LED screens, like they do in Mandalorian, you know, like, and I think because Batman just used that as well.
It's called.
Yeah.
Like those futuristic, like green screen style effects.
Like Unreal Engine, everything, man.
Yeah.
Unreal Engine 5 is going to change the game when it comes to that. Yeah, it's nuts.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be really, really cool. But one other thing that I really, really loved about Doctor Strange 2, first of all, last thing I'll say on Reed Richards, whoever they end up casting, if it's still Krasinski, if it's Daniel Craig, like Twitter is rumoring right now, I think Daniel Craig wants a break from the
Dev Patel.
I'd rather have Krasinski over Daniel Craig.
Yeah,
it's not going to be Daniel Craig.
No, not Daniel.
Yeah.
He just got done with Bond, man. Let him have some time, guys.
If we're gonna have a different actor,
I'm excited for
John David
too,
Washington.
Yeah,
Dev
John David
Patel.
Washington will be great.
Dev Patel. Ooh. Oh, okay.
They want actors though that they can carry on for like 10 more years in Marvel. Like they're not
Tom Holland as a
like
dude. Just do Tom Holland like they're doing with everything else. Tom Holland.
He's Reed Richards as well. He's just a variant. Another.
He's just a variant, Doug.
Chris Evans is the Human Torch.
Dude, I want that again. Honestly, he was such a good Human Torch.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Demont said when Wanda was walking through the halls covered in blood, I'm gonna tell my kids that was Carrie. Yeah. It looked exactly like Carrie. You know, that's what it was. It's Morbin time. Man. No, it's not. We're not talking about Morbius right now. we're not doing.
It's always Morbin time, dude.
Do not
Morbius takeover, man.
Do not put Jared Leto in the MCU. He does not deserve
Morbius
it.
sweep.
Let's not talk about Morbius anymore.
No.
Morbius sweep.
Hey, we have there's a Spider-Man
Morbius,
guy. We
dude.
should form a team or something.
Right.
Man.
I for one honestly really love how they incorporated all the what if concepts from animated form into live action, because I think one thing that I don't remember fully, but I feel like I said something along the lines in my what if review. I would love to see some of these in live action form, like Captain Carter. I would love to have her own movie, you know,
The Watcher.
But, yeah, she comes in and she has the English shield, and she, of course, says, "I can do this all day" to Wanda, you know, which is, you know,
I was
easy
hyped at that.
service, but
I was hyped.
but
I
then
could
she
do this all day.
God, her death was brutal. Like the shield, like stabs her. You know,
That looks like when Thanos.
Oh, it doesn't
with,
stab her.
Vision
It goes
Ultron.
through her.
It impaled her.
I mean,
would you rather be skewered with? Would you rather be skewered with a Stormbreaker or with Captain Carter's shield?
Dude,
you know?
But like speaking of what if, the one what if that we will never get that I'm so sad is T'Challa as a Star-Lord.
Yeah.
That's honestly, man.
Yeah.
And you know what? He would have been in the Illuminati.
He would have. Yeah,
He
100%. He would have been such a
Doctor
great
Strange
addition, dude.
3. Doctor Strange 3, bring in Jeffrey
God
Wright as
damn.
the Watcher. That would be great.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now, be cool if in that montage when they're going through universes, you saw like the Watcher,
Yeah.
Wolverine,
Oh, dude, that would have been
Deadpool,
dope.
like just a bunch of different random
Yeah.
cameos.
I feel like that would have been a
into-
great way to put Deadpool in, have him as an after credit scene. You know,
Hey, what universe am I in?
What universe is this again?
bro,
Fuck up.
bro, you want to you do the like last credit scene where the guy's punching himself and you just have Deadpool come up. He's like, "Hey, sweetheart, stop hitting yourself." Like, you know, yeah, that would have been great.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, here's an interesting one. Hell, Downey started off the MCU right around Krasinski's age right now, so I don't think age means anything to the casting. It depends on the character. It depends on the character, I think. If it's someone like Reed Richards, he should be somewhere around Doctor Strange's age, and that's what I was getting to. I think Doctor Strange and Reed Richards need to be like intellectual soulmates, like just throwing around like banter every now and then, like having fierce debates. I love when Krasinski was like, "Oh, our security's been breached." No shit, genius.
No shit, Sherlock miss right there.
Yeah, but the thing is once you age him up, you have to age everybody else up because they have to be similar ages. You can Human Torch, maybe not. He could be, a younger person, but because Ben's his friend,
right there.
Yeah, Susan Storm,
Man, I'm so sick and tired of the fan casting of Zac Efron as the Human Torch. That needs to stop.
Yeah,
Weird.
I don't know about
Please.
that. He's too old.
Weird.
He's too old. He's too old.
You get too many fire starter jokes now, so yeah, they can't do that.
Zachary Montgomery for Human Torch.
I have Samara Weaving.
Zachary Montgomery would be excellent.
I liked Michael B. Jordan. I thought he was a good Human Torch, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't think he, and it's not his fault, but I didn't think he was playful enough. Like he needed to be a little bit more.
But I think seeing his other roles, I think he could have pulled off with a good script. Yeah.
I'm most interested.
Fan force stick, Zach, dude, you hated that movie.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna blame all that on Josh Trank because Fox was like, "Cut this up. This looks too much like Chronicle 2."
Yeah, we had a poster. We had a poster literally where it's a torn up New York. And it was like that was supposed to be the final battle, and that was just totally cut from the film.
Nope. I was like, torn up New York. Yeah, that didn't happen.
No shot. Yeah.
Just give me Bryan Cranston as Dr. Doom, and I am on board with this Fantastic Four thing.
So down for that.
Please put Bryan Cranston in the MCU. Oh, man,
yeah, but I mean,
I want him as Lex Luthor. I think it would be a good Lex Luthor.
Oh, they already have one, Jesse Eisenberg. But.
No shot.
Giancarlo Esposito as Magneto. Thank you.
Yes, please.
Oh, now we're gonna start fan casting here. Someone says Mark Wahlberg as Ben Grimm. No, Mark Wahlberg.
Oh no,
near the age. Yeah.
We can keep Mark Wahlberg away from the MCU.
Hey, Wanda's
indefinitely.
Hey, guys, what are you doing?
Hey guys, it's clobbering time.
Wanda, he could destroy you with his mouth. What are you doing,
guys? Wanda. It's clobbering time.
Wanda, these bees are dying all over the place. Come on, Reed. Take an interest in science.
Take an interest in collaborating.
Take an interest in collaborating. Oh man, but that's the future of the MCU right there. Mark Wahlberg is the thing. But one other thing that we didn't really talk about was Charlize Theron appearing out of nowhere as Clea, who apparently is a romantic interest of Stephen Strange as well.
One of the main ones.
One of the main ones. Mm-hmm. Yeah, even though they just built up Christine as this, okay, she's the big love interest, and Doctor Strange is like, I love you in every universe. Now Clea's in the picture.
Well, I mean, I think what they were trying to build, which they didn't do it too well, was that they're not good for each other. Him and Christine are not good for each other in any universe. I think that was the picture they were trying to paint, even though it wasn't painted well.
She literally married another man.
Yeah, it was to say that they weren't perfect for one another, even though they felt like it. And they loved each other in every universe, but it would never work out.
Which that's such a strong premise, right? But it's like we needed more built of it. Like The Breakup.
Yeah.
That's a great movie because they don't end up together. It's just like, hey, you're better off on your own and I'm better off on. It's just like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they don't end up together. Charlize Theron looks like a freaking badass stepping through the portal.
Yeah, I was totally shocked. Charlize Theron.
Right, I was like, oh, they did it. They brought her in as Clea. Okay, because that was a speculation for a while.
Yeah, I didn't know who that was. I had to look it up. Oh, Clea.
I had no idea.
Is Benedict Cumberbatch just gonna is he just gonna walk around with the third eye on his forehead from now on? Is that just gonna be the thing?
It doesn't look that great either. So that doesn't help.
No,
I hope not.
It looks so
kind of looks like a sticker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like one of those tattoos that you get out of like a weird little vending machine, like in a gumball form, and then you just pull it out and then you
Looks like one of
those
wet and tear. Yeah, it's one of those.
Yeah, it's one of those kind of tattoos that you got when you were 6.
Yeah.
Well, it's like weird because it ends the movie in him screaming in pain, and then he's fine in the after credit scene. So it's kind of like there's like a weird kind of like
a little bit of a disconnect.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with that. He was so scared, and then he's like, okay, let's go. Opens eye. I'm like, so you're used to it now, or whatever?
Yeah, it's weird.
Is that even
so
him?
much time
I mean,
passed.
I'm like,
Leo. I thought the same thing. I was like, wait, is that the other one? Did something happen? I thought the other one got out, but then again, the other guy looked like creepy looking and all that. But like,
who knows?
Yeah.
But
I know, I was like, maybe
that would have been cool.
Maybe our real Doctor Strange is dead on a fence right now. Who knows?
Or like trapped or something. Like I was kind of like, I like this like speculative that it might be that Sinister Strange that escaped. and our Strange is somewhere caught. Like, hey,
and if that would have came out before No Way Home, that would have been cool because then that would make sense why he cast the spell and all that. Yeah.
Yep.
Which I totally thought that was a Strange variant when the trailer. first
that would have
dropped.
been
I was
cool.
Like, that ain't Strange.
Yep.
Got out of it.
Which wasn't in the movie.
Benedict's Cumberbatch is
Marvel.
Yeah,
that line wasn't in the movie.
Yeah, wasn't in the movie.
It wasn't.
A lot of it wasn't. Wanda says too, like she says a line to Doctor Strange in the trailer. I forget the exact wording of it, but that's not in as well. It's a lot of trailer bait.
Yeah, it's ever since Infinity War, I just stopped trusting Marvel trailers.
Yeah, they removed the Hulk, dog. They removed the Hulk.
They
straight
removed
up.
the Hulk. Yeah, that running shot they did.
Yep, I thought he was gonna burst out of the armor for a while, and I was like, "Psych!" He's in the armor.
No.
That shot isn't even
Hulk
in the movie, and
was a
them running like
bitch.
that. That's
Hulk
such
was
a
a
dope ass
bitch.
shot too. I'm like, oh, okay.
Not like the
that.
She-Hulk trailer, you know. It's
Oh god,
hyping
Look, man,
all of
y'all
us.
say what
I
y'all
liked
want
it.
about that CG. I'm hyped
Yeah,
for that.
I know. I know. Milne loves the She-Hulk.
If this
trailer.
was
It
a
looks
I'm
so
like-
fun.
If
It
this
looks
is
so
what
fun.
Shrek, if this is what Shrek looked like in live action, I'm like, oh,
Relax, relax.
Man,
This is
Shrek,
not what
I'm
Shrek
cool with
looks
it, bro.
like.
oh my god,
This is gonna feel like a
if you
Shrek and
wanna see-
Fiona show now. To
this
me.
is my birthday present.
Shrek and Fiona show. Hold up, though. If you want to see what Shrek looks like in real life, you got to watch Shrek 2 after the cast is, or after the spell is cast. You know, after he drinks the potion. You know,
Good point.
Yeah, you know, Shrek 2 is better
I
than
gotta
Shrek 1.
rewatch the Shrek.
I agree.
She-Hulk comes out on your birthday, Ryan.
August 17th, baby.
Shazam comes out on my birthday.
Oh,
Not Shazam, not
dude.
Shazam, not Shazam. Black Adam, Black Adam, Black Adam.
Oh, Black Adam.
All right.
Man, I wish it came out on my birthday. The Rock's my
Right?
boy.
I'm
The
happy
Rock's
for
my
that
boy.
shit.
What's this
Someone-
stuff in the chat? John Cena should be the thing.
No. Okay.
Oh, no,
He's
no.
Peacemaker.
Here's my
no.
thing. Here's my thing.
My
I
Seth
was the
Rogen
biggest
either.
advocate for a long time that John Cena should be playing Ben Grimm, but I don't think he's, I don't think he's got the time to do it anymore with the
So
Peacemaker.
here's the thing, Zach. I did a Fantastic Four video back in 2018, and I had John Cena as the thing. I'm like, what was wrong with me? What was I taking when I made that video?
I think it's more likely that Joel Edgerton comes in and does it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. But my friend, speaking of Oscar actors, Oscar-winning actors, if you saw what I did there, time to talk about some Moon Knight here. We got 6 episodes
Oscar Isaac.
of just
Hello,
Oscar Isaac. Yeah,
I'm
it's
Mark
fun.
Spector. I'm Mark Spector.
I'm not
Bring him
Mark
up. I'll
Spector.
fight you.
Steven, oh man, dude.
I'd
You want to
die
talk
for
about
Steven.
like top 5, top 10 MCU performances? Freaking Oscar Isaac is
Oscar
Moon
Isaac
Knight.
for the Emmy.
Yeah.
He better get the Emmy. He better get the Emmy because of
I
all the
hope he
hard
does.
work he put in. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
man, I'm trying to think about like how he's going to connect to everything else. Like, because the thing that I really respected about Moon Knight is that it stands alone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
You don't need to
No.
see anything else.
it's
I
I really
no
like
worries.
that because there were plans to involve either an Eternal or Blade or all these different rumors circulating around involving other characters. Nope, leave it on its own. Like we
Yeah.
need some Marvel projects by themselves because think about it.
Well,
No Way Home was a big team up. We had the Illuminati and Multiverse of Madness. There's just been so many like team ups and crossing overs and like just give us one thing that's just self-contained.
and to build off that, I feel like the MCU is getting a little bit crowded, Like
Yeah.
I feel like the world is getting crowded and we need to honestly have movies take place in other universes. And I think that's probably better. Like have the X-Men take place in a different universe. Explain that way Magneto can keep his origin story because that's so so important to his character, and to have, and then it just spreads it out. And then when you have Secret Wars, kind of, you can bring them through. And now you have America who can grab anyone. So it's like I just think that would be better, Yeah.
yeah. I think it'll be much much better for sure.
Yeah.
You'll get better Fantastic Four movies with Kevin Feige under the helm.
Can't
But
wait.
yeah, Oscar Isaac was absolutely phenomenal. He had like not one, not two, but 3 different characters, as it was revealed in the post-credit sequence.
Jake Glock.
Yep, Jacob, the limo driver shooting Ethan Hawke down. It was
Bop, bop.
so awesome, and I love the filmmaking in here. Jacob, I know, appreciated this for sure as an aspiring director, but
Mohammed Diab. He did a great job.
Yeah, the reflections, like how he plays with the reflections there, like Mark Spector being trapped in the mirror, like
so cool.
Thing of beauty.
Best directed MCU Disney Plus shows: Kate Herron with Loki, and now Mohammed Diab with Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Yep. Where would you say? I'll just go around the room here. Would you say that this is the best MCU show so far? I'll go ahead and start.
Loki's still the best.
I'll start with Ryan. He still thinks Loki is the best.
He's sporting the Loki.
Yeah, that's just because of episode 6 of Moon Knight. I wasn't crazy about. And Loki had episode 3, which I wasn't crazy about, but I just thought Loki was the best. Still, like episodes 1, 2, banger. Episodes 4 through 6, awesome for me. And I just love the reveal of Jonathan Majors in episode 6. That was amazing. And that ending, I cannot wait for season 2. But Moon Knight was incredible. It was really good. I loved like all the episodes pretty much except for 6. But yeah, those
Zack,
are my 2 favorites.
Best MCU show for you?
Not the best, probably the 3rd best. Maybe second,
wow.
actually. Probably the second one.
What's the best one to you?
It's still WandaVision. I just go back to WandaVision.
Yes, dude.
I just go back to WandaVision, man. I had so much fun with that show, and it was the mystery aspect of it. Like, no show has topped it yet.
I know Leo loved WandaVision, and he's still the biggest advocate for WandaVision.
Absolutely. I'll take season 2 if we can get it, but
yeah, I doubt it. With
probably
Vision
not
out of the
happening.
picture
No. After this story, like I'm cool with it not happening. But yeah,
I think they got sick of all the Mephisto theories.
Oh my god,
that was fun as hell, wasn't it? Though I mean,
it was so
theory
fun. It was so
hunting
fun.
every
We were
episode
just
was so fun.
holed up in our houses, and we were like, oh yeah, no. And real James, if he's watching this, is like, oh yeah, the fly means that Mephisto is coming.
And then in
because he's
Loki,
on
we
the fly.
saw the chapel. Oh, Mephisto, it's the devil.
Oh, look at the stained glass window.
wow.
There's a devil in there.
I'm Owen Wilson. Is that Mephisto?
Oh wow! I was like the queen.
Ka-chow.
Look at the stained glass window. Ka-chow. Yeah, it is. But,
Oh my god.
yeah. So Jacob, what's the best MCU show to you?
The best MCU show is the Netflix show called Daredevil, if you ask me. That's the best.
Well,
But
That's
I
MCU
know,
canon now.
but I know
Talking Marvel,
we're
yes.
doing the Disney Plus shows. I'm gonna be honest with you. All these Disney Plus shows have been so fine to me. And the reason why I think WandaVision is still the best one is because it was just so different and so intriguing every week. Like every week, people were talking about it on Twitter and everything. And with Moon Knight, it was very different and very standalone. My mom watched it with me, and she 100% was like, so how is this connected? And then when it ended, she was like, what was the point in watching that? I really enjoyed it. I don't think people are saying it's like a masterpiece, greatest show. I do not agree with that at all. It's probably like the 4th best. I would put Hawkeye above this show.
Oh,
Wow.
Hawkeye's my least favorite of the MCU show.
My least favorite
Listen,
is Winter Falcon Soldier, whatever bullshit.
I feel like I'm the only one that loved Hawkeye, but I'm like,
I really liked Hawkeye.
I really enjoyed
Hawkeye,
it.
right?
it's bubbling
Oh,
towards the
man.
bottom for me, but it was fun.
I think the first 2 episodes are weak, but everything after that is magnificent. I do.
No, and I love the whole like Christmas theme,
Christmas
there,
vibe.
too.
Man,
Like,
we couldn't
it's
get
just-
Spider-Man to swing by.
Yes,
I'm
we're
like, come on, man. It
Spider-Man.
didn't even have to
I
be
need-
Tom Holland
Oh
or
my God,
whoever they
it's
use,
Spider-Man.
regularly use. It didn't have to be a stunt double, but somebody to
I-
just swing by in the suit, man.
I need Rogers the musical to be a real thing now, though.
Oh,
Like,
God.
I need that.
Rogers,
I
I
mean,
need that
musical.
so I can audition.
Worst
for it.
after credit scene.
Oh my God.
No, Rogers
yes!
the musical was
You kidding me,
hilarious.
Ben?
Rogers the
Look at
musical.
the singing.
Why?
It should have just been the end though, and then we get another post credit because I was kind of like, damn, I wanted something
And then
like
we saw
to
it in
connect.
No Way Home again. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, they pulled a homecoming on us with Chris Evans explaining the concept of patience to us.
Yeah,
Patient.
literally.
Very
Yeah.
important.
So Ben, what's the best MCU show then to you?
That's a hard one, man. I mean, honestly, the one I keep going back to is Loki, and because the reason Moon Knight is in it is because it should have been 8 episodes. just having that 6-episode structure was so rushed. The last episode you go through so much, you know, and honestly, I could have just had an episode of him just going through his memories and just like seeing that, because that was so like, you know, like, oh wait, that was episode 5. Sorry, but no, like episode 6, just like it resolved Steven's, you know, sacrifice very quickly. You know, and it just kind of like, again, the doors open, and then we're right into the fight. You know, we get Khonshu back really quickly. You know, it just kind of like it felt so rushed and it went by so quick, you know, and it's just like, it was just kind of a lot going on. And then also the ending was very abrupt. Right, it's like, all right, we're in the bed. We wake up, you know, and like, but with Loki, the reason I like Loki is because one, it's like Moon Knight, where it doesn't really have to take place in the MCU, like it does, but it's like outside of the spectrum, and then it's just like, it's also just so interesting, like what they can do. Like season 2 could literally be Loki working for the TVA again because he's in a different universe now, you know, and they think he's
awesome,
because he's an intern, you know, like, and it's just like, dude, it's such a unique, cool concept that I think if we're looking at what show, if we grade it, right? Because you can say, hey, this show was the best, but what show is going to lead to the best upcoming seasons? And I think that's Loki.
And I love the mystery, and I love the buildup of Loki, like the mystery of who's running the TVA, who's behind.
When we all thought it was about Loki for a quick second.
Go ahead.
It's not, it's definitely in my top 3 because I feel like for me it's WandaVision, Moon Knight, Loki. The problem I had with Loki was the first 3 episodes to me just felt like such a long wait to build up to the second half of the series. I love when we introduce the variants of Loki, things like that. But those first 3 episodes, him and Sylvie on that planet, the first 2 before that, a little bit of a time waste for me. I know they tie back in later on, but it's just hard for me to consume them all together. Like if I go back and rewatch Loki, I'll be honest, I start on the 4th episode.
I think it's better paced because it's the build up to meet the timekeepers, you know, and then you meet the timekeepers and you're like, wait, this isn't the big thing, which I like.
Fair.
It's when you go towards something and then you're like, oh my God, wait, this isn't the main thing. Now we're on to something else. And like him getting pruned, bro, or that's what, you know, like,
God.
Dude.
Man,
Owen Wilson.
Like,
you feel so.
Yeah,
like, and that's the thing. And like, honestly, I think WandaVision's overrated, and I think it's a lot of nostalgia of the time it was released.
Half of WandaVision.
Yeah, I like the different types of shows, you know, but it was just the time, everybody speculating because it was the first MCU show to come out. Like, yeah, it was fun in the moment, but I feel like, again, overall, if you look at what happens, she gets away with keeping this down at bay. You know, and that's why I like Doctor Strange, because she doesn't get forgiven as easily. I just felt like she got forgiven really easily, you know.
And that's such an interesting point too, Ben, because WandaVision was like, okay, so we were holed up in our houses for a long, long time. I started up this YouTube adventure middle of 2020 because I was like, I need to be doing something, and you know, it's somehow catapulted into what it is right now. But my thing is, WandaVision, I feel like it's a behavioral thing for a lot of us geeks out there. We were craving new MCU content. We were kind of sick of going back through the Infinity Saga over and over again. You know, because as great as those films are, for the most part, you know, Thor: The Dark World, not so much, but you kind of get fatigued from rewatching them over and over again. And you're like, I need something new.
WandaVision was the first, buddy.
I know. WandaVision was the first brand new thing that we got.
I love rewatching the MCU. You know, even though
I do too. But
Thor: The Dark World again, I'm like,
you can only do it so many times, though. It's my thing, and there's a point.
I could do this all day.
I could do this all day.
I could do it all day too, buddy. But here's my point: there's only so many times you can do it where you're just sitting there thinking, man, I need a new MCU project here. I need some more flavor added to this lovely cake here. And WandaVision was the first ingredient of Phase 4. And I feel like a lot of us really gravitated towards that. And that's why we were speculating and discussing, because this is brand new. And this is so weird. So I think that's part of why I don't want to say it's overrated, because I really like it. I would say it's number 3 for me. Low-key, I think I think Low-key is number 1 for me still, just because of the pacing. And I definitely agree with Ben on this front. Moon Knight should have had more episodes. I don't think this is the last we're going to see of him.
Thing,
the 6-episode thing. That's why I'm kind of like, okay, She-Hulk has 9 episodes. They're going to be a half hour a piece. So, I mean, I don't know if that's
9 or 10.
Yeah, like 9 or 10. So
What If was supposed to be, it was 8, right? It was supposed to be 9 or 10 because they cut out Gamora's episode.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 10.
Yeah, What If was 9. Yeah.
Which I think What If doesn't get spoken about. I think that is another one that's a great ongoing thing.
good.
And I think it opens
What
the
If
door to
was
What If
surprisingly
Star Wars,
enjoyable.
What If all the, oh my gosh, it's so exciting.
I had
you know?
What If and Loki as my least anticipated Marvel shows, but
Mhm.
Loki's my favorite, and What If is number 4.
The animation
Wow.
style of What If is just, that's what kind of grabs it for me. It's so great.
So cool. It feels like a comic book is leaping off the page onto the screen.
It's
so
it's
nice.
a variation of Into the Spider-Verse that I like. It's not exactly like it, but it's like, close.
Yeah. When will Alligator Loki get his Disney Plus series?
Yes.
Jacob, I know
Needs
you
it
want to
too.
see Alligator Loki.
Who doesn't
know
want to
you-
see that?
He ate a cat. That's how we got pruned.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I want to
but,
see that whole group. Yeah.
Yeah.
Moon Knight, though, is an easy number 2 for me because much like Shang-Chi, I feel like it's a series that stands on its own. And that's why I love Shang-Chi so much, is because it feels like its own narrative. It doesn't really connect as much with other elements of the MCU, aside from Wong's appearance, the Sorcerer Supreme. There's not really a whole lot that connects to it. And kind of to jump back to Doctor Strange real quick, I know a lot of people are complaining that Shang-Chi did not make a cameo in Multiverse of Madness, and I agree it would have made
I haven't seen
sense,
that.
but I feel like it's too soon. I think he needs a sequel before he starts like, okay, here I am again, guys. I'm ready to, kick some ass. But I mean,
I didn't even expect that one. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't expect
I didn't
that.
expect that.
yeah, no, I do see like there's a lot of like people in my personal life who are like, oh, where was Shang-Chi? That would have made so much
Some
sense.
people
for him to
said
pop
Loki
up.
and Sylvie too. I'm like, nah, I don't care.
Yeah, I'm glad it wasn't a cameo.
I'm glad it wasn't Cameo the movie.
Yeah.
Sort of like Chip and Dale
Doctor
Rescue
Strange in
Rangers,
the
right?
multiverse of cameos.
Literally.
Yeah.
Leo's like, yeah, Chip and Dale Rescue
Multiverse of
Rangers.
cameo madness.
I think Doctor Strange will act as kind of like, because they could have gone 2 ways after No Way Home, right? Obviously, it made a lot of money because of the nostalgia, but they needed that one movie. It's kind of like the Han Solo, right? I'm a big fan of the Han Solo movie. I absolutely love it, but it acted as a buffer after The Last Jedi, and it suffered for it. And I think Doctor Strange kind of had the same effect, right? Because it wasn't doing the same thing No Way Home did, it kind of suffered. It wasn't a bunch of cameos,
Speaking for that box office, I think
know,
they're pretty
yeah.
happy with what
Yeah,
happened.
We
with
were
that.
talking about this. We were talking
yeah.
about this. Like, it's still like the MCU has reached such a wide audience now that a
Yes.
lot of us have seen Multiverse of Madness just once. I've seen it twice. Hubbard's seen it 3 times. But it's almost approaching $1 billion at the box office. So
One
it's-
Billy.
$1 billion, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's it's reaching a wider audience. So we only have to see the movie one time if we want to. We let our wallets speak. I saw No Way Home in theaters, I think 4 times, and I was like, I loved it so much. I need to go back over and over
3
again just to
times.
experience it.
Yeah.
I want to let other people experience it with me. So
Yeah.
if you don't like a movie, let your wallet speak. You can listen to us critics
Yeah.
and our opinions, and then if you buy our opinions, you can stay home, or you can give Firestarter your money, which I would not recommend. But
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Wanda would have turned Shang-Chi's rings into some Sonic rings. I don't know. Are they? Are they? Hold on. Are they Ben Schwartz Sonic rings, or are they ugly Sonic rings?
There's a
Oh,
difference.
answer me
Are
that,
they
Tyler.
onion rings?
Are they ugly Sonic rings?
Man, that sounds
Oh.
good right now.
Gator Loki is the reason why Stephen Grant says later Gators.
Oh, man.
Low-key
Ladies Gators.
classic. Low-key classic. That's a wrestling reference for you right there. So the villain in this one was Ethan Hawke. I knew he was playing I knew he was playing a big villain, but I love the fact that his tattoo was just like, a Judgment Day style tattoo, just the scale, and it was like,
Yeah.
okay, you're good or you're bad. Very simple
Belloc.
concept.
Very much
Yeah.
Belloc from Raiders of the Lost Ark, like an Indiana Jones villain.
Very
Love
true.
that.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. It's like Raiders of the Lost Ark mixed with some action sequences from The Mummy.
Ooh,
The
Mummy
that's
or
a great.
yeah.
Yeah. Gosh, I love the mummy.
Imhotep. That was the only thing missing. But-
Ethan Hawke was great in this show.
Yeah, he was.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
so- He was so good. Yeah.
I agree. One of
His
the best
performance is
MCU
good.
villains, though.
No.
No.
It's kind
No.
of hard when measuring up with some of those like top class, like maybe, but like acting wise,
Yeah.
Great.
on point, really good.
Well, yeah,
and Ethan Hawke said he wasn't going to play a villain, so they pulled him in some way. I'm sure with enough zeros, but still great to bring him in and get that side of him.
I like the trauma that he had from Khonshu as well. So it kind of, it's a little like, again, broken, you know, there's, you don't really kind of like agree with him, but you can understand the perspective, you know, because they both have this Khonshu and I forget, what's the other god's name? I'm blanking on it.
Oh,
the one
gosh.
Alligator.
Yeah, the alligator he was trying to summon. I can't.
Yeah.
Amet,
I think Amet.
Amit, I think, right?
I think it's Amet, yeah. And so they both had the same goal, right? Yeah, they had the same goal, but it's just different kind of means of getting to that goal, you know?
Very T'Challa Killmonger. Same philosophy, but one just takes it way too far, making
yeah. Except I think Killmonger was a more interesting character altogether. Jacob did not agree that he was a top tier MCU villain for sure when I brought that.
I'm with you there. I think he was top tier.
And they killed him, and I'm pissed.
I know.
Me too.
They could have brought him in to like get the mantle of Black Panther, dude. Like that would have been perfect. But nope.
So not only that, but they killed him in the post credits.
I had this whole
and then it brought him back for the What If series.
I had a whole theory before Endgame. I thought Thanos was going to get a new Black Order. I thought it was going to be Killmonger, Ultron, and several other villains from around the MCU. And he'd be like, all right, we're going to take you all on.
Yeah.
That would have been so tight, man. But too bad it was just Thanos from the past.
I mean, that can still sort of happen because Reed Richards built a bunch of Ultron successfully.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. And then you're going to have Reed telling all the villains their weakness, you know? Hey, that guy, man, he's got a shield that's indestructible.
Oh, yeah. Captain America over there, he's got a shield.
Yeah.
He's got
Give that man a shield.
Get that man a shield.
Get this man a shield.
That woman over there will wrap her legs around your neck like you've never seen before.
Does she? Wait. This is. Wait, say less.
Yeah. That woman over there, she's going to shoot you down like the Black Widow that she is. And she will.
We also have a raccoon.
And we have
not for long if they kill him off next
We have a
hope
that will smash.
Well, guys, it has actually been a pleasure, but I do got to bounce a little bit early. But seriously, great discussion.
It's all
Night,
good.
Number two, real close to number one, though. So is Loki. I'm gonna give Loki his credit and his dues. Loki is fantastic, especially after that third episode. But guys, it was so good talking to you.
Awesome.
Ben, I will definitely be sure to subscribe to your YouTube channel.
Thank you, bro.
Subscribe to everybody else. Thanks, Zach. Thanks for having me on.
Nice meeting you, bro.
Have a great
People can find me on YouTube over at Geekly Goods. Search up Geekly Goods, guys, and it's the 2 G's in the logo. Come on over. We got a lot of Stranger Things coming up this week. And I got my review for Men in the Chamber, so we'll have that. Little Chippendale, a little bit more Chippendale content as well. Rescue Rangers, you nasties. But anyways, guys, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're on YouTube at Leo Rydel GG across social media. Thanks for having me on again, Zach. This was awesome.
This will not be the last time you see Leo on this channel. I'll see you around, buddy.
See you around.
Have
Thanks,
a good
guys.
one,
See you,
Leo.
Awesome,
yeah, he's the man. Yeah, so in any case, folks, Mark and Steven's dynamic in this series was just... I mean, we talked about it a little bit already. Just the mirrors.
You want to fight? Boom, boom.
You want to fight? You want to fight?
Yeah.
I want to fight. Oh.
Yep.
Steven being a tour guide also just spoke to me. It's sort of a tour guide. He wanted to be a tour guide. He was just working in the gift shop. And then he had his bitchy boss come in and be like, no, you're working inventory because you were late. And I'm like, geez.
How does he keep a job? I was kind of thinking that, like, does he call out often? Like, what's like, does Mark call out for him? Like, hey, I'm going to not be at work today. Sorry. Like, you know, like.
Oh, that's a really good impression.
That's a really good impression.
That's a really good impression. I thought Oscar Isaac showed up.
I can also do Grok. Yeah, Goose goes poison.
It's sad when you're just talking to a statue.
Hey, Peter.
Hey,
Peter.
Hey, Peter. It's Joe Swanson.
That's my favorite voice to do, dude.
A word which here means.
Peter Griffin here.
No, but yeah, like Steven, I just fell in love with him, man. Like he was just such like like the latest gators, like all that. Like it was just I felt like it's like again, it's like that just really good person that you're like, dude, I just want to protect you, you know. And then the fact that he became the protector, or he was always the protector, like it's just like such a great arc, man. You know,
the fact that he sacrificed himself for Mark, and then he, like, you know, basically became a stone figure in the field, like, that just struck home for me. And doing the exact same pose Ryan was just doing. It's like extending a hand.
It broke my heart, the scene where Ethan Hawke calls his mom, or he says, "Let's call your mom," and his mom's dead. That broke me.
Oh my God. All you had to do was grab the belt. I'm like, oh man, they just went there.
Oscar Isaac's performance is just too good. And like I said, I really liked the show. It was really good. I liked watching it. I just thought the temple adventure storyline never really fit with me. It never intrigued me. I said this in my review, the only thing that really kept me in the show was Oscar Isaac's performance and his character dynamic. So by the end of it, when he dies, and I'm like, oh my God, they did it. And the finale, and obviously him, I mean, the acting, I mean, he was literally switching like that. And
that one moment in episode 3 was...
Hello. I'm Stevie Grant.
When he's like, all right, Steven, take control. Like that, I remember that was being posted all over Twitter.
McAvoy and
like everybody, everybody respected that transition so much. It was just like, gosh, man.
My name is
James McAvoy moment. Yeah, truly his James McAvoy moment. I love the embrace that he shares with himself in the psych ward. That just tore me up inside, and then it ends with the freaking hippo goddess coming in. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Hello, what is happening here?
I know some people. Ryan, I think you saw episodes 1 through 4 early.
I did,
and I can see why the press screener stopped at episode 4, just because you have the big reveal at the psych ward, and then you don't know what the heck is going to happen there. Because episode 5, the penultimate episode, it's going to be like the Game of Thrones tradition.
I hated
it. Penultimate episode is going to be the best one out of all these shows.
I don't know what side of Twitter or TikTok you guys are on, but there were so many people hyping up episode 4, though, that it kind of, like the reveal, it kind of took away from my experience a little bit, because they were like, it's going to be mind-breaking and all this stuff. Yeah, and then it's just like, oh, it's great, but you're like, how? And that's why, again, I respect the, you know, short-form content and everything, but some TikTok creators just, man, they really do the most, and I think it's going to damage these experiences in the long run. You know? Yes. Love the man.
Yikes.
I love. Yeah.
Relax.
He's been getting cooked on Twitter recently with all of his fan casting and theories.
Who's been getting roasted?
Soups. Yeah, he's been just saying some interesting.
Angel. Oh my God.
Yeah, man, he's been saying some interesting.
He posted, Wanda's actions are not forgivable. I'm like, bro.
They should make a Mario Super Bros
Spider-Man,
movie.
All these cameos should have been in Multiverse of Madness.
I have no ill will toward those people again, because it's fun to theorize, but I feel like long term it is kind of not healthy to do that, because it's going to be a lot of expectations. Look what happened with Doctor Strange. A lot of people thought it was just going to be cameos, you know, and it's kind of. I imagine working 20 hours or 100+ hours on CGI to have a 13-year-old call your CGI mid. Like, come on, dude. So everybody's a critic, right? All of us are here, so it's like, it's not.
Yeah, you can never please everyone.
Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting to see how these movies and TV shows age with the generation over time, because we're in such a unique part of history where we have all the speculation for all these things coming out. Like when the Avengers was coming out, I wasn't on Twitter at that time, first of all, so I didn't see anything like, oh, maybe they'll bring this in or this in or this in, or like maybe Thor and Captain America will do this. Like, I just went into Avengers to watch Avengers, how it was, right? And there's people that are growing up who are just going to Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, just watching it as it is, and they don't have all these theories and speculations in their heads.
I remember the last time I went on a I went
on
a Twitter month break when Infinity War and Endgame came out. I was killing it. Like, it was so rough.
They did a good job, though. They did a good job of hiding spoilers for that one.
Yeah, but there's still going to be people out there who spoil stuff, which is not a nice move at all.
No,
like,
it isn't.
You know, there's a whole, like, I didn't click on it, but on Twitter, there was like a whole link to a Reddit, like, reliable user, I suppose, who pretty much posted the entire plot synopsis of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. And then after I got home, opening night, I clicked on that link just out of curiosity. Literally, it was just the whole film.
And Rise of Skywalker. Rise of Skywalker. They like spoil the whole movie.
Leaking scripts can often lead to a lesser film too. I forget the example that I have in the back of my mind, but there's one example where a script got leaked, and then it's just like, okay, we can't do that now. You know,
Wasn't
and
it
it's
the
just
Hateful Eight.
Yep, it totally was the Hateful Eight because that was a film that
because Quentin hated that. Yeah,
he hated it. Yeah,
he wanted to make that movie for a long time, and it was on the back burner because some asshole spoiled it for him.
Don't blame him at all. Yeah.
You know, it's
he almost turned it into a book. I think just a book. He didn't because it got leaked, and I think he was going to release it into a book, and then he's like, you know what, fuck, I'm going to make it.
Yeah. Do you guys think it will have the prequel effect where, like, you know, people who are kind of judging this stuff now and unappreciating it will, like, oh, in like 10 years, everyone will be like, oh my God, yeah, that was amazing. Or do you think like it will kind of switch and be like, oh, those actually weren't that good?
Maybe.
Because it's weird.
I mean, it'll be, I still don't like Phantom Menace or Attack of the Clones. Revenge of the Sith is the only prequel that I enjoy. Just because it felt like the movie that George Lucas wanted to make all along, and the other two movies just felt like filler. But
but it gave us the like Clone Wars, and, you know, the shows, which are really good.
Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, everybody watching the stream and watching the replay, stay tuned for my Fallen Kingdom review and the build up to Dominion. Just because I'm gonna, I have a big rant that I want to get into.
That's what you call a pile of shit.
To go back to your question, though, I think Ben asked it.
Yeah.
I think in the same way that the prequels is just like forever in the zeitgeist because it's a part of Star Wars. Marvel's like logo, Marvel's brand, its name has entered that phase where it's just in the zeitgeist. It's always going to be there, no matter what is under the Marvel name is going to be a part of cinematic history, just because it has that name. So whether the movie is like, you know, a masterpiece or whether it's just it's going to be a part of the zeitgeist forever, just because it has the name Marvel on it. I think that's most likely how it might work.
It's really become that. It has. Yeah,
it's become a phenomenon. Like we were saying, it's crossing 1 billion at the box office now. Doctor Strange, and I'm sure that's going to be the case for all these other MCU projects.
Most movies almost cross 1 billion.
Just by having the name Marvel.
I'll say it's weird because people are kind of judging Phase 4 like that right now because everyone's saying how Phase 1, 2, and 3 were so like tight and perfect.
Was it
so far? Well, for the most part, those first 3 phases, like
Phase
they
3
had
were my favorite.
Yeah, like Phase 3 was the most, I feel like, where they got a vision they know. Because I mean, Age of Ultron is hated way more than it should be, but you could tell in Age of Ultron because who was the director? We do not like him anymore. Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon was very much copy paste. You can see it with the new when he took over Justice League, right? He had a formula, and I think Phase 3 was when they realized, hey, you know what? Let's get Taika Waititi. Let's get these directors who are going to add their flavor and give them a little bit more control because I feel like they didn't give a lot of directors controls in the first 2 phases.
James Gunn was kind of the first.
I was about to say,
true.
I think if you go back and look at it, like I was about to say, if you look at it, like truly, the whole MCU changed with James Gunn.
Yeah, Guardians.
It changed.
Totally.
Yeah.
The humor changed. The music became more important into Marvel because of Guardians. I truly think Guardians.
Yeah, the music. Changed. Oh my word, the music.
Yeah. I think the MCU changed when the Russos stepped in with Winter Soldier.
Yeah. Winter Soldier was like the one where I speak on the play on the genre. It was a thriller spy movie.
That was the first Marvel movie I saw when I'm like, holy fucking shit, this movie.
The fight scene, bro.
Like I want every MCU movie to be like this.
It felt to me like a James Bond movie more than it did a Marvel movie, just without the womanizing from Cap, of course. But, you know,
and I'm like I was like, Captain America is my favorite Avenger.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's mine.
But Thor is always the strongest Avenger, though. We all know that.
No, it's Hulk.
I mean, just the no, it's actually
the strongest
Avenger.
Yeah,
guys, it's Morbius.
He wants to be the strongest Avenger. So
right,
not Morbius.
He's a Marvel legend. Okay,
Morbius. Oh God.
Just thought you'd bring up that idea just to piss me off, huh? But yeah, I mean, that's a great point about the music that you made as well, because it feels like every single Marvel project after Guardians has had to have some sort of like anthem in there, like some classic song. Even Moon Knight, the premiere episode.
Every day I wake up, people.
You go.
Yeah, Guardians introduced like the humor, like bringing in humor into the MCU.
Yeah, a little too much with Thor Ragnarok, but that's just my own opinion.
Yeah.
And when Guardians came out, that was the first time that Marvel was like, "Hey, we're gonna do characters you've never heard of. Now look at them.
Look at Drax. Look at Drax. I'm like, they took out his humor in the marketing, and when I saw that in the movie, I'm like, this is what they're going with. This is hilarious.
Well, the Avengers,
yeah. And look what they did them in Volume 2.
No, but I feel like but a lot of people say that with the Guardians, yeah, they were a very kind of like low tier, like, comic, but like also the OG Avengers team that we had, that wasn't the mainstream guys, Fantastic Four, the X-Men, Spider-Man, those were the most popular, but they were gone. Marvel literally put all their eggs in the Iron Man, dude. They were selling filing cabinets to be able to put that film out, and they made it work with who they had, and I'm so happy that they did, because I feel like it's made history.
It's a game changer. Game changer for sure. And now here we are with Moon Knight and Doctor Strange and all these weird movies coming out. You have Blade coming into the MCU.
So much diversity. It's just nice.
None of this would have happened without Iron Man. Yeah.
Ms. Marvel coming out, She-Hulk, which is going to be really weird with its Better Call Saul ripoff poster, but
I posted that on Twitter.
I know. I love that tweet, Ryan. I love that tweet. I know it's going to make Zack a little upset when I say that, but
cannot wait for the final episode, season 6, part 1.
Oh, good Lord. I mean, I'm not hyped for She-Hulk at all, if you guys couldn't tell. But
I feel like it will become, like, the MCU, like with She-Hulk and Ms. Marvel, is going to become a place where you don't need to see everything. It's just going to have a lot of content that will, like, be for different groups, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's like, totally cool.
Yeah. One of the big reasons that I'm excited for She-Hulk, actually, because this kind of relates back to Moon Knight, the MCU is getting convoluted to me. Like, my biggest kind of problem, not really problem, but my disconnect from Moon Knight is the Egyptian god stuff didn't really work for me. I couldn't really get into it because the MCU has always been good at like introducing new elements to their world, but for the most part, their world is very grounded and feels close to our world enough that when they do introduce like a Thor, they take you to Asgard, they explain how it works. It's essentially just an alien planet in that world. When they take you to Guardians of the Galaxy, they explain how all that works. They explain the cosmic side of the universe. And then we're getting into stuff like Eternals. Okay, so Arasham is the creator of all these worlds. These worlds are just eggs for these Celestials, apparently.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But like with Moon Knight, it was just all the sun. There's Egyptian gods. They're real. They have avatars of people all over the world. And I was waiting for the moment where they explained how that worked within the MCU that we've seen up until this point. And we didn't really get that. Like, even Moon Knight's introduction, we just got the flashback of him escaping. And then Khonshu was like, hey, you want a cool costume? And that was basically it. And I was like, but explain to me, like, how does this work with Eternals? How does this work with time variance and the time?
It's getting crowded.
Like, it's getting very, very convoluted. And She-Hulk looks like we're going back to that more so kind of verisimilitude, like grounded MCU, where it's just going to be like, this is a delightful little like sitcom set up with She-Hulk and Hulk, and it just looks like I can just like sit back, relax, and watch it without trying to think of how does all of this piece together. At least I hope
such an amazing point for sure. Like having Khonshu in the context of Moon Knight, which I didn't even mention in my review. Khonshu is actually voiced by the great F. Murray Abraham, which I had no idea.
F. Murray Abraham.
And I was like, oh my word, that's F. Murray Abraham. And like, I knew I had heard his voice somewhere because Amadeus is one of my dad's favorite films of all time. And I remember watching Amadeus with him, and I was like, oh my God, that guy's such a good performer.
And he played the villain in How to Train Your Dragon 3.
Yep. He sure did. Yeah, he's a great actor. But it was great. Yeah, Khonshu was an interesting addition, but I definitely agree with Zack here. Now I'm like, okay, how does that all work? And they never really explained that full on. Maybe if we, in terms
8 episodes, man, could have done it with 8 episodes.
You could have. Maybe could have. I definitely don't think this is the last we're going to see of Moon Knight, just because Oscar Isaac is way too damn popular to just give him one season.
But the only thing that worries me is that he just got done with Star Wars and he was gassed by the end of Star Wars. He's like, bro, get me out of here. So like, but I think hopefully Marvel's treating him better, you know?
Yeah.
Probably because he wasn't really given a roadmap in any sense of the imagination. But
no roadmap, no plan in that.
Yeah.
There was no plan. Oh, okay. I'm gonna kill Snoke in episode 8. Oh, shoot! I don't have a big bat.
Being promoted.
You're up.
And I never really feel like they landed on what the character of Poe, like who he even was. Like I feel like with each movie, he just like changed so drastically. Whereas with Moon Knight, he has a specific, two set of characters that he gets to really dive into and like get into the meat of it with the script, and he's getting great material.
You don't get a performance like that without like enjoying it, you know, like he had to have been having such a good time with switching back and forth. Like, heck yeah, man. Gosh, I love him.
So just to kind of wrap up this last part of the stream, hope y'all are still with us in the live stream. Thank you all to everybody who's stuck around here. To answer the question of what comes next, I mean, we've gotten a lot of Phase 4 revealed to us on TV and in the theater. Is there anything that you guys are most excited to see out of the rest of Phase 4? And I'll go ahead and start with Zach on this one.
I'm trying to think. I think of Phase 4, it's probably Thor: Love and Thunder at the moment. I don't know much about Marvel. I don't know the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special though. I'm kind of excited for.
Yeah,
I think that's gonna be a lot of fun, and I miss the Guardians. So, but yeah, right now it's Thor: Love and Thunder. That's where all my excitement's at.
Yeah, the Guardians are also going to be in Thor: Love and Thunder, according to the trailer.
Too,
but
they're not going to be in it for the whole movie.
Yeah, it's gonna be, maybe they'll show up at the end, like too,
or the
like
beginning. I think the beginning. That's
I think it'll be like the first 30 minutes. That'll be it.
Yeah,
I think that trailer that just came, not the new one that's coming out soon, but the one that's like the first act. That's
tomorrow.
All the first
act. Tomorrow. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I'm like, that's the only trailer of Love and Thunder I'm going to watch. I'm not going to watch any other.
This new trailer is probably going to have gore.
I kind of don't want to see him in the trailer, honestly. I don't even want to see him. I was like, I'll wait for the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see images of him, but for sure in the movie.
I love Christian Bale. Yeah.
Oh, I cannot wait, bro.
He's a jerk in real life from what I hear, but like as an actor, like American Psycho is one of my favorite horror movies.
One of the best actors
ever. Dark comedies. Yeah.
Yeah. Ryan, is Thor: Love and Thunder top of your list too?
Yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder's number 1 for sure. What is it called? Secret Invasion. I'm looking forward to that.
It's gonna be great.
Guardians 3, of course. Cannot wait for the conclusion from James Gunn. The holiday special looks like a lot of fun. Ironheart looks cool. I'd be interested in that, but definitely Thor: Love and Thunder, 100%.
Ben?
I mean, right now, Thor: Love and Thunder, 100%, because it's going to be our first 4th movie, too. You know, like this is the most a character has gone with, you know, and I am happy. Like, I liked Ragnarok, but like for me, I feel like it was a little too funny for the character. Again, I like the evolution of the character, but also like I'm big into like Greek mythology and all. Like I know we're getting the introduction of Greek mythology, you know, but like Norse mythology too. I like the seriousness of it. God of War, the newest one, is one of my favorite games, and so like I kind of liked the series. It was weird to go Thor Ragnarok then Infinity War. That was just kind of weird for me with this character
so much.
Yeah, it's great. It's fun. It's fun, but like to go from him like kind of being funny and then like all serious was just a lot. And but yeah, I mean, I think this one will be great. I'm used to how he is now, and obviously Chris Hemsworth loves his character now.
Hilarious, so funny.
Yeah,
he loves playing the character. Like he doesn't really see any reason to stop, which is crazy because all of his other
made out of rocks.
And it's my name is Coke. Made out of rocks. Yeah,
don't let that fool you unless you made of scissors.
Oh, this is a circle room, more like a freaky circle.
It's a freaky circle. Yeah, the amount of times I've quoted that and nobody gets it. Oh my gosh! But yeah, and I think like this will be fun. Because it takes it's not on our world, it's off planet, so you could do whatever and we're gonna have a good time with it. So yeah, I'm excited.
Hey guys, I'm going up in that weird spaceship. Want to come?
If we just go Korg and Thor like cartoon like comedy, I'm all for that.
Yeah,
I'm very interested.
Meeks did
also. Jane Foster.
I accidentally stepped on him on the bridge.
Natalie Portman, Jane Foster.
I felt bad because I've been carrying around all day. Oh, Meek, you're alive. He's alive,
Oh,
guys.
Meek. Oh, he's alive, guys.
Does this turn into the Korg impression off?
I
Come
love
on,
it.
you stupid son of a bitch. Let's have a Korg off. But Jacob, you're thinking over there.
Dude,
It's a tough
I
question.
have been thinking that is okay. I said to you in this stream, I was like, I was so hyped for Multiverse of Madness. I'm gonna be straight honest with you guys. There is nothing at this moment I am stoked for. I'm very intrigued to see what they do with Blade. I'll say that. I
Yes.
want to see what they do.
I just watched the Blade movies and they were good.
Yes.
except for-
so I'm
Blade,
intrigued
throw
to see what they
Blade
do
in
with
there.
Blade. I can't wait to see what they do with Deadpool 3. I mean, I love Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. I want to see him in Deadpool 3. I guess I'm man. See,
What's Shang-Chi 2?
I know where's Shang-Chi
Now
2.
probably-
Me and Zack, I fucking loved Shang-Chi, and so
No, the
with
sequel's
Top 10
confirmed.
Marvel movie
The
for me.
sequel's confirmed.
I mean,
excited
I
for
assume the sequel's confirmed. I just don't know when.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for Ant-Man 3, Quantumanium. I'm ready to see what
Oh,
that has
yeah.
to
That's a
do.
good one.
Kang the
Quantum
Conqueror.
So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Just give me Jurassic World Dominion. I'm not excited for anything big
Oh,
Marvel right now.
no. I'm going
Give me
to an early screening of that. June
Oh
7th.
man,
Oh,
I'm
cool.
really
terrified.
worried about that movie.
I'm
really
holding on to my
worried.
think
seat.
it'll
I'm
do
Please do
hoping
not
that's
ruin
good.
Jurassic Park. This is one of my
I think
favorite
you'll
movies
do
of all
well.
time.
Yeah.
Hoping that's good.
Listen,
but-
Zach, you know who I am with Jurassic Park. I don't have comments right now.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, I have a Fallen Kingdom review coming out on the 31st. I've already recorded.
If they
my
ruin that movie, we'll get a 30-minute rant video.
I've already recorded my review for Jurassic World, so you know
Nice.
I'm currently in the process of editing that right now.
Big fan of Jurassic
Nice.
World. I love that film.
That was fun.
Jurassic World was fun.
Yeah,
I've got
I
nothing
love
to do with
the
Jurassic.
park was just very cool and that's a
This Fallen Kingdom was shit.
I like how the
Shit.
I like how the climax was just like I'm just making Jacob so mad right now.
You guys understand, Jurassic Park, the first movie, is so to my heart that I am so critical about those other movies that I have so much to say. I just can't. I gotta calm down. Give me my water.
It's
That's
okay.
like if they were to remake Back to the Future, I'd have a lot to say. Gives us
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what if they
Yep.
made Back to the Future a musical, which they've already done?
No comment.
No comment.
No comment. Well, my answer to that, I mean, Love and Thunder, out of the stuff that's announced, I mean, I'm super hyped for that just because I loved Ragnarok so much. But
Yeah.
most anticipated upcoming MCU movie is easily Guardians 3, just because I want to see how that all wraps up with James Gunn.
It's gonna be sad.
I think Quantumania has
Characters
potential
are
to be
gonna
the best
die.
Ant-Man movie. I'm not entirely sure. I mean,
I
not
think
that
they've
it
been
has to-
getting better and better with each
James
one,
Gunn, you're
right?
gonna kill Rocket, and I'm gonna hate
gonna kill
you
Drax.
forever.
Drax is gone. I'm
Drax is
calm.
gone. He's gone.
He's gone.
Yeah, Drax is so gone. Batista's
I'll say-
done.
Batista's
Yeah.
comments
Rocket, though.
lately, yeah, no,
If you kill
he's
Rocket,
gone.
though, I swear to God,
Batista's so done. Yeah, he's gonna.
he's
yeah.
done.
He could be killed off in the holiday special for all I know. Which I mean, I
God.
doubt.
That would be a Merry Christmas.
Let's say,
Oh
Merry
my
Christmas.
God.
Here's Drax dead.
Yeah, here's Drax burnt to a crisp. You know.
Goodness, dude.
Yeah, no, but yeah, Guardians 3 is up there. I mean, once Deadpool 3 is officially announced, I know Sean Levy is directing it, the same guy that
Adam
brought us
Project.
Free Guy last year, which I loved. to
And
pieces.
the Adam Project.
and the Adam,
The
the
series
Adam
The Adam
Project is a good
Project,
Netflix film.
I like that
for
movie.
once.
It could have been more.
but
What else did he do? He also did something else.
Sean
The
Levy
Night of the
also.
the Night at the Museum movies. He also
Where
did
are
those.
they? I have them. I have them.
Oh,
Up
man.
here.
I have that Blu-ray set too.
All three of them. All three of them. No
Yeah, I
shame.
have the
Nice.
box
Good
set.
ones.
Yeah.
No shame at all. Ben probably
good
knows I
ones.
love the first one because
Dude, they're so good,
Oh,
man.
the first one's
Guys,
so
he
good.
also
I
did
love
Big
all
Fat
that.
Liar,
that was like
classic.
peak childhood
Introduced
right
me
The
to
Big Fat
Rami
Liar.
Rami
Yeah.
Malek introduction for me.
there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's the Egyptian, right?
He's the mummy.
In the tomb,
The
yeah.
Egyptian dude.
Stop
Rami Malek
making
doesn't
fun
play-
of me. Do
Fine.
not cross this line.
I'm Rami Malek.
Kamun Ra.
Oh God, yeah.
We're just getting into impressions now. But guys, this has been such a fun stream. I'm going to
know,
go
man.
through one by one, and you guys can all plug your channels and your social medias. I'm going to start with Zack Milne over here, the newest member of the 1,000 subscriber club. Go and show him some love. Where can we find you?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you can find me on YouTube. Zack Milne Talks Movies. I'm on Instagram and Twitter at Zack Milne Talks Movies. I think on Twitter I'm at Milne Movies still. And you can find me on Apple Podcasts as well. I got a podcast, the Zack Milne Talks Movies podcast. So if you miss any live streams, they're up there in podcast form for all of you to listen to. Thank you.
Awesome. Ben, you're up, my friend. Where can we find you?
All right, so most of my ats are Ben James _YT on TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube is just Ben James. My channel won't pop up. It's in a weird place right now because I was gaming, I was doing a lot. So, but yeah, so Ben James, search that up. Ben James _YT, everything else. Thank you guys.
Nice. Yeah, the pleasure to have you on. Pleasure to have Zack on. Ryan, you know I love you, man. Where can I find you?
Yeah, Zack, thank you so much for having me on, man, and thank you for joining Jacob. Great to collab with you again, man. Zack, great to meet you, as well as Ben. Definitely will subscribe to your guys' channels. If you guys want to follow me, Ryan O'Toole, it is on there. I do movie reviews, I do ranking videos, live Q&As from time to time. I talk all kinds of movies. As far as this week, we got Top Gun Maverick. I will absolutely be reviewing that, as well as the first Top Gun film, so look forward to that. Also, Better Call Saul Season 6 Part 1 wraps up this week. I will be reviewing Part 1. Then we have Part 2 in July. And also, what also comes out? Bob's Burger movie. Bob's the Burgers. We got Stranger Things Season 4. We got Obi-Wan Kenobi. That starts out this week. So yeah, those are the plugs that are coming out on the channel. But thank you, Zack, for having me on, man.
Thank you for being on, my friend. It's always a pleasure. Yeah, I forgot about Obi-Wan Kenobi. That comes out on Wednesday. I know Milne's excited.
No, Friday with 2 episodes.
Friday.
Yeah, Friday with 2 episodes. They had to push it back.
It's Friday. Stranger Things. Yeah,
7 episodes.
Well, never mind.
So
Never mind then. Okay, forget I said Wednesday. So,
okay,
Jacob, your turn, buddy.
All right. Well, you can find me at Jacob Hubbard on YouTube, and at Twitter you can find me at Jacob_Hubby. So I got a lot planned up this week. I am also probably going to try to review Top Gun, the original tomorrow, or review it tonight, get it up tomorrow. Tuesday night, seeing Top Gun Maverick. I don't do episode reviews, but I will be watching Stranger Things. I will not be seeing Bob's Burgers because I've never seen the show. And also in 2 weeks, we got Jurassic World Dominion, which obviously, if you know me, I'm very excited for. And I'm planning on doing another Q&A live stream on June 15th to the 19th because it's my 10-year anniversary being on YouTube. So I'm thinking about doing that.
Nice.
And
congrats.
I'll probably try to do another Blu-ray. I'm going to do a Blu-ray collection video at that time because 10-year anniversary.
Nice.
So yeah, I got a lot coming up in the next couple weeks for YouTube.
Oh yeah, I gotta love those
exciting.
Blu-ray collection videos for sure. Speaking of, I know a lot of you have been asking me. I know a lot of you have been asking me when the next time I'm doing this bad boy is. You don't realize how many I freaking have over here. It's going to be a lot of work.
1,400.
Oh my god!
I love doing it for you guys.
9,000!
So that should be around July is usually when I plan to do Blu-ray collection videos. So go watch Jacob's video and then check mine out shortly after that.
I do them in January.
I've already uploaded Top Gun Maverick, or not Maverick, the original Top Gun review. Tuesday will be my review of Jurassic World. For those of you wondering if I've seen Alex Garland's Men yet, I have not had the chance to, and I don't know if
It's
I can.
Oh shit!
We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Jacob had a lot to say about it. Definitely going to see Top Gun Maverick this weekend. I'm definitely going to be seeing what's it called, Bob's Burgers this weekend.
Burgers.
It was like that. I almost likened that to the Simpsons movie when that came out.
Yeah.
You guys remember that?
Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Exactly.
I hadn't
Exactly
seen
what I
a
was
single
thinking.
episode of The Simpsons in my life before going to the theater to see that film, and I was like, man, I want to see all the episodes of The Simpsons that I can now. And I think the Bob's Burgers will do the same for me. But anyway, busy summer. Jurassic World Dominion, of course. I'm going to wrap up my Jurassic World playlist there. Lightyear comes out next month with Chris Evans. It's perfect casting, but can't wait, y'all. But it's been fun. Go subscribe to all these lovely people's channels. Subscribe to my channel. Join the party. Hit that notification bell. Y'all are the best. See you guys for the next one. Talk to you later.